I have a city in the desert. This video is purely for entertainment and does not infringe on copyrights or laws. The rights to the novel and image belong to the original author. We do not claim ownership. Don't like waiting and want to listen to this fanfic in full now? Subscribe to our Patreon, where you'll find the best fanfics. Chapter 26. International friends come to support. At the headquarters of Chile Live, the director of the Information Statistics Department ran to Mr. Lee's office with a look of surprise. Mr. Lee, that's great. International traffic is starting to pour into the live broadcast room. After hearing this, Mr. Lee sat up instantly. He paced around the table non-stop. He was so happy that he didn't know who to share the information statistics with for a while. Finally, he pulled the information statistics summary over and gave him a hug. At noon, Jiang Chen and Ang's number of fans narrowed sharply, and in the Shanghai Stock Exchange, Chile's stock, which had been falling for 3 consecutive days, suddenly rose. The stock that had fallen to 5 yuan per share quickly rose to 7 yuan. There were still many people waiting and watching, and all of this was closely related to Jiang Chen's live broadcast room. Dear colleagues from the Research Institute, I think I may not agree to your request, but I look forward to working with you and all of your universities. However, our tourist attraction has just been built, and there are still many things that need to be improved, so I can't agree to you for the time being. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, a group of comments expressing regret filled his live broadcast room. Just when everyone was feeling sorry for Jiang Chen, discordant voices soon emerged, and a group of Dang's brainless fans emerged. Dang's backyard. Damn, you guys are really stupid. You guys are really good at acting, registering several accounts of foreign universities to praise yourself. Haha, it's so funny. Dang's fan club, I'm really impressed. Don't refuse, agree. Why don't you dare to agree? Are you afraid that if you agree, Harbin University and Tianjin University will slap you in the face in a minute? Dang's true fans, haha, you want to become famous overnight at such a young age, but you will only embarrass yourself internationally. Official Columbia University of the United States, we sincerely want to invite you to join our team. We will provide financial support, and our professor team will fully cooperate with your research. Dang's General Alliance, stop acting, you silly bird. Hahaha, you are still acting here after being exposed. Jiang Chen looked at Dang's fans and sighed. Dang's fans, please watch the live broadcast carefully and don't lead Dang, otherwise you will kill him. If it weren't for this group of fans leading the rhythm last time, how would they know that Dang faked the desert live broadcast? US Columbia official, Dang's fans, you need to apologize to us. We are talking about a very serious topic, which may affect the whole world. Dang's fan club, haha, apologize to your sister. You need to apologize to Columbia, understand? Dang's fan club, let's report them, a bunch of idiots. Big Fish and Begonia, is it the operation of Chile? The scenery is really beautiful, but this really looks like real grass. A lot of people left. Jiang Chen was not afraid. Anyway, he hadn't used his big move yet. After the people from Dang's fan club left, not long after, the number of people in Jiang Chen's live broadcast room suddenly skyrocketed from 10 million to 18 million, and the number of people in Dang's live broadcast room also dropped to 18 million, and the number of fans on both sides was actually the same. What's going on? Why are there so many people all of a sudden? Jiang Chen was lying on the edge of the Bermuda lawn. It was already afternoon. He knew there was nothing to show in the desert in the afternoon. He was waiting for the evening to broadcast the desert sunset live. What he didn't expect was that when there was nothing to broadcast, the number of people in his live broadcast room was equal to that of Dang. The sky seemed to be bright. Oh my god. Anchor, please check your Weibo. Xianayu, Anchor, check Weibo. What's wrong with Weibo? Jiang Chen was a little puzzled. He clicked on Weibo. Oh my god. Columbia University Weibo, Harbin University Weibo, Stan University Weibo, and the University of England and Tianjin have all invited him to be a special professor or visiting scholar. Who can be so honored? What's more, Jiang Chen has nearly 5 million fans on Weibo. Damn it, I slapped the face of Dang's fans so quickly. Jiang Chen looked at the many universities that wanted to invite him. You know, in the past, he would have chosen without hesitation, but now it's different. His goal has changed. He doesn't need to study abroad. He has only one task, that is, to farm and then grow a green road leading to the depths of the Sahara. I'm sorry, I can't accept your invitation. If possible, I invite you to set up a research institute in my scenic area, if you are willing to come. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Ha University in his live broadcast room responded first. Ha University of the United States, we will discuss and give a reply as soon as possible. Jiang University, we will report to the school committee as soon as possible and will give you a reply later. Stand and sing. Wow, the anchor is awesome. 66,666. The singer gave a super yacht. Dreams to have gave 10 rockets. Soon, Jiang Chen's live broadcast room was refreshed with another wave of gifts. Relying on the interaction in college, Jiang Chen quickly caught up with Dong Jie before going to work. Not only that, he had a tendency to overtake him. At this time, Chili Live had already started the carnival mode, while Maoai Live had begun to panic. At 2 p.m. in Beijing, Maoai's president's office held an emergency meeting. The reason was simple. Because of Jiang Chen, Chili's stock was revived and had risen to 8 yuan per share, while Maoai Live was deeply affected. Now their stock has fallen by more than 2 yuan, which makes Maoai very likely to hit the limit. In the president's office, Li Xiang slammed the table and yelled, "What's going on? Why did Dong Jie's fans suddenly decrease so much?" The content director lowered his head and replied, "Dong Jie's fans have all gone to watch the live broadcast of Jiang Chen who loves farming." Li Xiang slammed the table and yelled, "How is it possible? What's so good about his live broadcast? Isn't it just spending money to transport some soil to the desert to plant some grass for a gimmick? Hasn't the grass died in these few days?" After Li Xiang finished shouting, the operations director lowered his head and replied, "The grass is not dead, it's growing." Not only that, even the University of Hades in the United States has invited him. What? You said the grass he planted is real grass? How is that possible? How can anything be grown in the desert? No one believes that things can be grown in the desert. Maybe they have invested a lot of money in the original operation. In order to turn things around, those people at Legiao Live must have spent money to hire people to transport grass to the desert. And the giant cactus may also be fake. Anyway, no one can see it clearly in the live broadcast. Impossible. How much money would it cost to fake it? After listening to the operations director, the new content director was stunned. Is there such an operation? Seeing that the content manager didn't believe him, the operations manager said, "Let's not talk about anything else. The last time Dong Jie broadcast live in the desert was fake. He spent money on film and television to create the desert effect. Zhang Wei, the vice president of Chili Live, is the best at this. I knew they must be faking it, but how long can the faking last? Sooner or later it will be exposed. From now on, remove all the homepage recommendations and let Dong Jie be recommended on the homepage. I don't believe that Dong Jie will lose to a small anchor." After Li Xiang finished speaking, the people of Maoyao went all out to recommend Dong Jie. After the re-promotion began, Mao Jie's popularity really began to rise and soon rose to 20 million. At this moment, because everyone started to go to work, the popularity of Jiang Chen's live broadcast room began to decline. By 3 o'clock, there were only about 10 million people left in Jiang Chen's live broadcast room. Question mark? Chapter 27. Earn money while lying down. There was still nothing to do for Jiang Chen in the afternoon. Jiang Chen just lay on the sand dunes and felt the cool breeze of the scenic area. He closed his eyes and planned how to make money to continue to expand his rosy scenic area. He fell asleep unconsciously when he thought about it. It didn't matter that he slept. When he woke up, Jiang Chen suddenly found that his live broadcast room had exploded. Yes, it was indeed exploded. The rain swimming in the sky. Wow, a burning cloud. It's like a dream. Don't be too sad. The sunset is infinitely beautiful, but it's almost dusk. Every frame can be used as a screensaver. Tang Jia Wu Shao. The world is so quiet. At this moment, I'm sitting in my little house, eating instant noodles. It's dark outside the window. I enlarged my screen to watch a sunset that is indifferent to the world. Jiang Chen looked at his live broadcast room, and the number of online viewers reached 60 million. My god, what does 60 million mean? It's just the number of people in many small countries combined. Really? Is this the prototype of making money by lying down? Jiang Chen was a little embarrassed. For some reason, he would fall asleep quickly as long as he lay on the grass. Maybe he was too tired, or maybe the grass really had a hypnotic effect. Fortunately, his mobile phone was turned on and facing the west, and his viewers also enjoyed a visual feast of desert sunset without him noticing. Jiang Feng rewarded 10 rockets. Bifang Defen rewarded 2 yachts. Tanner awarded. Jiang Chen didn't know how many gifts he had received in his live broadcast room. He didn't even know that people at the Chili Live headquarters had already started hugging and celebrating. President Li opened his champagne, and Zhang Wei and Song Jiaqi cried with joy. Victory, victory. We defeated Maoia. We defeated Maoia again. That's right, 60 million online viewers said that the audience came from all over the world. You have to know that in China in 2023, their videos have already broken through their own country and reached the world. At this moment, Chile was celebrating, but Maoia fell into a deathly silence. What is Dong Jie doing? What is he doing? Why is he recommended by all platforms, but he only has 10 million online users? What is he doing? Li Xiang has never been so furious. The new content director took out his mobile phone. The number of online users of Dong Jie on the mobile phone has dropped to 9 million, and it is still decreasing at a visible speed. Bossly, Dong Jie is pushing internet celebrities out, and the audience is very dissatisfied. That's right, he has been visiting the film and television city for a day, and he has indeed met a few big stars, but in one day, he can only meet a few stars. So, Dong Jie started to take photos with 3rd and 4th tier small stars, and in the evening, he started to promote those internet celebrities who wanted to be famous in the live broadcast room. Bang! The glass table in front of everyone broke. Turn on the live broadcast. After Li Xiang finished speaking, the new content manager projected the live broadcast on the background wall of the hall. The moment the live broadcast was turned on, even the content manager covered his eyes. A 20-something internet celebrity, who had his nose and eyes fixed, double eyelids cut, thick makeup, and a mouthful of green onion flavor when he spoke. Hello everyone, my name is Killer, my live broadcast number is. It's so disgusting. It's so disgusting. Call Brother Dong. Li Xiang was about to collapse. He promoted Brother Dong through all channels, but Brother Dong treated him like this. At the critical moment, he was still advertising for Killer, who was not popular at all. How much money did he get for this? The content manager called Brother Dong, and Brother Dong went offline temporarily. After the call was connected, Li Xiang started to scold angrily. Brother Dong, what are you doing? Do you know that we are fighting against Legio Live? After Li Xiang finished speaking, an angry roar came from Brother Dong's side. Be polite when you speak. You are fighting with them. What does it have to do with me? My live broadcast time today has ended, and I can do whatever I want now. Don't use the dirty things between you to ask me. I don't want to be involved in any struggle. That's it. Brother Dong hung up the phone, leaving only a group of directors there confused. Didn't Brother Dong start this battle? Now he is trying to pass the buck? After the operations director finished speaking, President Li kicked over the conference table in front of him angrily. Damn it, it's all your fault, you bastards. Who told me to ban Jiang Chen, who loves farming, a few days ago? You idiots. Are you satisfied only when you drive all the talents to your opponents? Mr. Li was furious, and no one dared to answer him. At this moment, Dong Jie was still pushing out all kinds of anchors on the live broadcast platform, and the live broadcast room was full of barrages. Random thoughts. Dong Jie, a real man should be responsible for his actions. Didn't you say that if you lose, you should kneel down and call your father on the live broadcast? Here I come. Dong Jie, kneel down and call your father. Zyro Lily, kneel down and call your father. Soon, Dong Jie's live broadcast room was filled with kneeling and calling your father. Even those fans who usually defended Dong Jie didn't dare to come back. After all, who would be willing to be a sucker at this time? Question mark? A group of people asked Dong Jie to fulfill his promise. After seeing the barrages that filled the screen, Dong Je chose to shut down and go offline. After Dong Je went offline, a group of people quickly set the pace in other live broadcast rooms of Mayoaya. At the same time, the crazy public opinion army quickly conquered Mayoaya's official Weibo account and bombarded Mayoaya's complaint phone. Just when Mayoaya's boss was feeling overwhelmed, news soon came from the stock market. Legio Live stock soared and directly reached the daily limit, while Mayoaya Live stock fell to the daily limit for the first time. By the close of the market, Mayoaya Live's net assets had shrunk by more than 100 million. Unfortunate things happened one after another. A large number of reporters surrounded the Mayoaya Live building. They wanted to interview Mayoaya Live. At the same time, a large number of negative reports about Mayoaya Live appeared one after another on the internet and Weibo. Those self-media and entertainment editors who were still kneeling and licking Mayoaya Live in the morning took up the hammer of public opinion and smashed it hard on Mayoaya's head in the afternoon. The night of China enveloped the earth, and the sunset glow in the desert was thick. Jiang Chen sat on the green grass and used his mobile phone to broadcast the last second of the sun setting to everyone. After a full moon rose, the night sky of the desert arrived. Jiang Chen put his mobile phone on the grass and let everyone see the stars in the sky. In this way, Jiang Chen's live broadcast room had reached 80 million people without knowing it, which was already a super god number. The late night Chile live broadcast was reveling, while the Mayoaya live broadcast was caught in a quarrel. In the office of the president of Mayoaya in Shangjing, Dong Je walked into the room, and there was only one person missing in the room. Dong Je was dressed a little cool, with a leather jacket and a leather coat, and the hair oil reflected the light under the lamp, looking like a very cool person. After Dong Je came in, he looked at the chair next to him, like a paralyzed patient. After all, he was a big name, a star, and the pillar of Mayoaya. He scolded these people every day. If it weren't for him, all the supervisors of Mayoaya would have to go hungry. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelos. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 28, Chasing Shadows. What do you want to talk to me about? Hurry up and tell me. I'm very busy. After Dong Je finished speaking, he reached out and took out his mobile phone. It was no exaggeration to describe him as having fun every night. Every night he would chat with many fans of the opposite sex and then make appointments to do something very comfortable. Well, Dong Je, you saw it today. Even if you plan to let Jiang Chen, who loves farming, go, I'm afraid his fans will not let you go. Therefore, we can only turn things around by defeating them completely. After the content director finished speaking, Dong Je flipped through the photos of his fans of the opposite sex and said, I said, don't involve me in your affairs. Let's do things according to the contract. I don't care about other things. After Dong Je finished speaking, Li Xiang was angry at the time. If it weren't for this guy causing trouble, would they have gotten into trouble today? If he had listened to Zhang Wei and supported Jiang Chen, who loves farming, Dong Je would have been dead long ago. Brother Dong, this is not just our business now. Check Weibo and the hot search on Baidu. The operations manager opened the conference screen after he finished speaking. Soon, the hot search list on Baidu was displayed on the conference screen. The number 1 was, let Brother Dong kneel down and call me daddy. Then, the operations manager opened Weibo again. The overwhelming topics on Weibo were scolding Brother Dong for not being a man, not keeping his word, and never watching his live broadcasts again. Some people even dug up several of his fake live broadcasts. So soon, the black material of him doing happy things with fans was also dug up. Brother Dong was also stunned when he saw the reports on the internet. He knew that if he didn't operate well this time, he might be banned permanently. Brother Dong, we don't need to talk about your dirty laundry. Now you are suspected of breach of contract. If this matter doesn't get resolved, then we can only report you to save ourselves. We at Mayoaya don't want you. No platform in China dares to want you. Mr. Lee stood up and stared at Brother Dong with his eagle-like eyes. Brother Dong panicked instantly. No, there must be hope. I still have a team. There are hundreds of people I need to support. What will happen to them if something happens to me? You know, Brother Dong signed a contract with them. Even if he went blind, he would have to support his team of hundreds of people. The monthly salary of these people is enough for him to sell his house. What's more, he still has a large sum of breach of contract money from Mayoaya! Exclamation mark. He can be saved. It just depends on whether you cooperate or not. After Mr. Lee finished speaking, Dong Je hurriedly sat up straight. Cooperate. Cooperate. The battle is not over yet. We haven't admitted defeat yet. I will let the Navy release the news now. The real battle will be tomorrow morning. We have to use the whole morning to defeat Lei Jiao. Defeat Jiang Chen who loves farming. After Mr. Lee finished speaking, Dong Je shook his head and said, how can we defeat him? He is broadcasting, live in the desert, and there are lawns and so on. It's not easy to fight him. After Dong Je finished speaking, the content manager said, people's curiosity will pass after seeing those lawns and so on once. So if he broadcasts these contents live tomorrow, his popularity will definitely be gone. Although we failed today, this has a lot to do with your live broadcast selling internet celebrities. Tomorrow we will go all out. We have contacted an outdoor bungee jumping project. You go to participate in the live bungee jumping. After the content manager finished speaking, Dong Je shook his head. No, I'm afraid of heights. I can't jump. You have to jump. You have live streamed all the new things in the past few years, except for high altitude bungee jumping. So, as long as you jump and live stream, your popularity will definitely surpass Jiang Chen. By then, Jiang Chen, who loves farming, will be just a flash in the pan, and the position of outdoor leader will still be yours. Mr. Lee said it very decisively and unquestionably. Dong Je's legs were weak. You know, he is afraid of heights. Who among Maoya doesn't know that he is afraid of heights? Who among his fans doesn't know that he is afraid of heights? And this is exactly what Maoya wants. No, what if he doesn't live stream the lawn tomorrow? He must have a trick up his sleeve. Dong Je's hands were shaking slightly. He has been at the top of outdoor live streaming for so many years, but this sudden challenge caught him off guard. He even didn't want to believe that someone would defeat him. He didn't want to believe that his era was about to pass. There can't be anything else. It's already very expensive to transport so much lawn to the desert. Besides, they also made so many fake giant cacti. Now that Chile's finances are so tight, this must be their limit. After the director of the financial department finished speaking, a group of people nodded. The stars in the night sky finally faded away, and Jiang Chen also fell into a deep sleep. At 11 o'clock in the evening, the media blocking the entrance of Mayo Isle still did not disperse. Just a few hours ago, they were still blocking the entrance of Lei Jiao. They wanted to twist off the head of Lei Jiao Live CEO Lee to humiliate him. However, a few hours later, when CEO Lee came down, they almost knelt down to interview him. Question mark? Mr. Lee, I'm a reporter from Xiangsha Entertainment. I want to ask, has Maoai been defeated by Lei Jiao? Mr. Lee, I heard that Jiang Chen, who loves farming, was driven away by you. Now they have surpassed you. Does it mean that your vision is wrong? Mr. Lee, have you ever regretted it? Mr. Lee, may I ask if Brother Dong has done that kind of thing with a fan of the opposite sex? I heard that the person is your wife. What do you think about this? Li Xiang got angry instantly. He pointed at the entertainment reporter who asked the question and shouted, "Are you that media? Come here. Brother Dong. Fuck your mother. Why don't you go to report it? This is really nonsense. Do these entertainment media have no moral integrity at all? Here is the gossip. Maoai CEO Li Xiang cursed the reporter's mother because he lost to Lei Jiao. It's really disappointing. What are entertainment reporters and self-media best at? That's right. Catch wind and shadow." Soon the media started to report it everywhere. In the end, the operations director came out and quickly stabilized the self-media. After stabilizing the self-media, the operations director accepted everyone's interview. Regarding the competition with Lei Jiao that everyone was concerned about, the operations director said, "In fact, we have already calculated this solution. Some live broadcast platforms have spent a lot of money to create some attractive gimmicks in order to create effects. We have always looked down on such behavior. As for the self-media's question about Dang Je's defeat, the operations director said, Dang Je has not lost. Dang Je has a fixed fan base. Also, I have said that some platforms use dirty and despicable means just to attract attention. Can such means win one day and 2 days? We are confident that we can completely crush them tomorrow. After the operations director finished speaking, the self-media wanted to ask some more questions, but the security guards came and blocked them outside the door. In order to get the latest news as soon as possible, the self-media did not leave until late at night. Their spirit is sometimes very precious. In order to wait for the stars, they even ate and slept in the car for several weeks. Chapter 29. Substitute. The next morning, just after the daybreak in Shangjing, Dang Je and the Maoai team walked into the Shangjingshan Tourist Resort, which is the largest outdoor activity base in Shangjing. It has the largest valley in Shangjing and the largest bungee jumping experience center in the north. 7 or 8 trucks arrived at the Shangjingshan bungee base, and they began to set up the scene and then set up the video camera. For this outdoor live broadcast, Maoai invited the best outdoor entertainment shooting team in China and invested nearly 40 million yuan in investment alone. They wanted to win back a game. After dawn, the Shangjingshan Bungee Center had been booked and dozens of prop masters were busy until 8:30 when the scene was completed. Dang Je began to come out of the RV and the live broadcast finally began. Hello everyone, I'm Dang Je. Today we will play something that Dang Je has never challenged before. That's right, it's bungee jumping. Dang Je was very restrained today. He usually speaks very fluently, but this time he was obviously nervous. Come on, come this way. The on-site director began to greet Dang Je. This director was the director of the variety show Run Fast. Dang Je followed the director's instructions and began to walk towards the bungee jumping platform. The bungee jumping platform was full of cameras. Dang Je also had many cameras installed on his body. Even the bottom of the mountain was equipped with high definition cameras, just to be able to capture Dang Je's feet in all directions. At 9 o'clock in the morning, it was Saturday, a day of rest. Young people who slept late also got up one after another. When they turned on their mobile phones to check the news, they were quickly attracted by the overwhelming publicity on the entire network. The first person to broadcast outdoor live will broadcast the Shangjingshan Grand Canyon bungee jumping in all directions at 9 o'clock. People who saw this news couldn't help but click on Maoai to watch it. You know, Shangjingshan Grand Canyon is the largest canyon in the north. The bungee jumping here is more than 140 meters high. This is a place that is so exciting that it will fly. The glass diving platform, with a cliff just below his head, was almost dragged to the diving platform. Of course, the video recorder on his body was not turned on during the dragging process. At this moment, the live broadcast room was playing the magnificent scenery of Shangjing Grand Canyon taken from an aerial photo. Hurry up, Dang Je, you just need to succeed this time, and you are not allowed to fail. As long as you jump down, we will win today. Look, the number of fans has reached 20 million now. As long as you jump down, it will definitely exceed 100 million today. The on-site operations director began to urge Dang Je. Dang Je was so scared that he held the guardrail tightly. No, you can't jump. You will die if you jump down. You won't die. Their safety measures will ensure that nothing will happen to you. No, my heartbeat is accelerating. I will die. I'm afraid of heights. I'm out of control. Dang Je's live broadcast room became more and more popular. Half an hour passed. By 9:30, Dang Je's live broadcast room had 50 million people watching online. You have to know that this is on the weekend, and it is such explosive news. How can it not attract people? Old eagle eats old chicken. Why don't you jump yet? I haven't seen many people in half an hour. We are not here to see the scenery. Go to the east to beat the dog. Jump. Where are the people? We are not here to watch the documentary. Love Kitten. If it doesn't open, we are leaving. Forget it. Let's go to watch Jiang Chen's live broadcast of love farming. Brothers and sisters who don't want to watch the documentary of Shangjingshan, follow me to Chili Live. Love Kitten shouted, and as soon as he heard that Jiang Chen had started the live broadcast, Dong Je's live broadcast room was filled with messages. Let's go to watch desert farming. At the same time, the popularity of Dong Je's live broadcast room began to gather and decline. After a while, his live broadcast room dropped from 50 million to 30 million. Even the boss of MAOI was panicked. What is Dong Je doing? Why don't you show your face on the live broadcast? I spent 40 million. If he messes it up for me, I will never let him go. After Li Xiang scolded the person in charge of the front line, the person in charge of the front line went to find Dong Je. They signed an agreement with Dong Je. If Dong Je didn't jump, he would be responsible for all the losses this time. Brother Dong, what are you doing? You have 1 minute to adjust it, or you will have to pay for the 40 million. Mr. ZHU, the person in charge of the front line, scolded Brother Dong who was slumped on the ground. When Brother Dong saw Mr. ZHU coming, he said nervously, Mr. ZHU, no, it's too scary. Scary? Damn, I can't wait to jump for you. After Mr. ZHU finished speaking, Brother Dong's eyes lit up. That's right. Celebrities have stand-ins, why can't I have a stand-in? So Dong Je grabbed ZHU's thigh like a life-saving straw and said, Boss ZHU, find me a body double to jump, so that the movements are complete and good looking, and the best live broadcast effect can be achieved. It's a deal. Boss ZHU saw that Dong Je was a coward, and he really wanted to kick him twice, but there was no other way. Boss ZHU looked at the person in charge of the bungee jumping project beside him and said, is there a body double? Does he look similar to Dong Je? No one looks like him, but there is one who has a similar figure. Let him go, and give him 100 yuan later. After Boss ZHU finished speaking, the person in charge of the scenic area went to make arrangements. At this moment, Dong Je also smiled, so taking this opportunity, the director shouted to start, and all the cameras were facing Dong Je, and Dong Je quickly got into the state. Sorry to have kept you waiting for a long time. Just now, I'll let everyone enjoy the beautiful scenery of Shangjing Grand Canyon. Now we have to get to the point. Have you prepared your gifts? After the camera came back, Dong Je's popularity was really not to be underestimated. Soon Jiang Chen found that the people in his live broadcast room had retreated like a tide. Just before Dong Je came out, Jiang Chen live broadcast the desert sunrise, and his popularity once reached 30 million. When Dong Je started live streaming his jump, Jiang Chen's popularity quickly dropped to more than 5 million. After all, you can watch the sunrise every day, but it was Dong Je's first time to do bungee jumping. Kettle, let's go watch Dong Je bungee jumping. Big butterfly, let's go watch Dong Je. Jiang Chen was still very calm, and even the entire Chile live was very calm. Their stocks had begun to rise because of Jiang Chen's presence, and they were satisfied with this. What's more, today MAOI Live was promoting Dong Je in all aspects, and Dong Je was an old anchor for 7 or 8 years, so he was destined to be defeated by them on this day. Live streaming bungee jumping? I'll go and see it too, Jiang Chen said, and clicked on Dong Je's live broadcast room. When Jiang Chen clicked on it, the camera in the live broadcast room was handed over to the drone again. The drone began to shoot the Grand Canyon in Shangjing Mountain again. When the drone came back, it sent a person standing on the bungee jumping platform from a distance, and then a heavy panting sound came from the live broadcast room. I'm about to start jumping. I'm so nervous. I have a lot to say to you all. You all know that I'm afraid of heights, so I haven't live streamed my jump in all these years. Damn. The drone was hovering in the sky, and the picture he took was a bit blurry. Then a figure jumped down, and everyone was stunned. That's right, not only were they stunned, even Brother Dong was stunned. I haven't even finished what I'm saying, and you're jumping the hell. Chapter 30, It's so exciting. Bungee jumping is really an activity that everyone should experience in life. Everyone, look, I'm just facing the ground with my head down. I can see the grass in the valley in the distance, and I can see the white clouds in the sky. Now let me tell you how I feel at the moment. After all, he is half an actor, and Dong Je quickly cooperated with the stand-in to explain. However, what annoyed him was that the stand-in suddenly turned over several times when he was about to fall into the canyon, which made Jiang Chen instantly at a loss. What are you waiting for? If you don't turn over at this moment, look at my flip posture. Is it standard? Northern Little Wolf, hey, why does the live broadcast feel weird? Why can't the sound and action always get stuck? He is from the second group of PUG. How can he talk so calmly while bungee jumping? Why can't I hear the wind? Octopus brother, what's going on? I'm a bungee jumping coach. Why do I feel that his bungee jumping is more standard than mine? Jiang Chen, are you sure it's your first time? Big Robe, Jiang Chen, show your face in the live broadcast. I know but I won't say. Why do I feel vaguely like a stand-in? The drone zooms in and takes a closer look. Soon someone felt something different. Yes, the coach jumped well, but he was too professional. He kept changing his poses when he jumped. He was too perfect. Moreover, the sound of Jiang Chen's live broadcast did not sound like he was bungee jumping at all. Someone raised doubts, and soon the whole live broadcast room exploded. Everyone asked the drone to shoot at close range. How could the director dare to do that? It would definitely be exposed if he shot at close range. However, the audience was not stupid. They shouted that it was a stand-in again, and they were acting again. They left, and went to watch Jiang Chen's live broadcast. So the popularity of the live broadcast room quickly dropped. When the popularity of Jiang Chen's live broadcast room dropped by more than 10 million, the president finally couldn't sit still. He called and scolded the person in charge on the front line. What's going on? Can you do something? Hurry up and let Jiang Chen jump for me. Even if you fall to death, you have to jump for me. If they lose again today, their stocks will completely collapse. There was no way, so President ZHU had to ask everyone to lift the stand-in up. When the stand-in was lifted up, the drone went to shoot other scenery again, and the audience started to scold. Jiang Chen, damn, it was a fake jump. Is Jiang Chen's only good character going to be ruined? Ocean Journey, if Jiang Chen doesn't jump himself, I, a fan of 5 years, will become a passerby from today. Jiang Chen fan club, believe in Jiang Chen. Jiang Chen will jump himself once, to make Jiang Chen's fans shut up. Jiang Chen's backyard sect, come on. Jiang Chen, this must be a substitute arranged by the disgusting Mao Yap, we believe you can do it. Jiang Chen. The camera turned. Jiang Chen stood on the diving platform. His whole body was shaking. His lips turned purple. Standing on the diving platform at this moment, looking at the abyss, his head was dizzy and his legs were weak. He began to regret why he agreed to Mr. Lee. If he could have one choice in life, he would never. Jiang Chen fan club, it's Jiang Chen, it's Jiang Chen. The previous ones are all appetizers. Let's see Jiang Chen start. Jiang Chen's backyard general alliance. Haha, Jiang Chen is out. One is worth 18 Jiang Chens. Jiang's fans were jubilant. At the same time, Jiang Chen also finished broadcasting the sunrise. He decided to go to the Sea of Roses to take everyone to witness another miracle. When Jiang Chen walked up the mountain, the crowd in his live broadcast room dispersed like a tide. Baby, let's go. Jiang is dancing himself. You must not miss it. Octopus, what? Jiang is dancing? Let's go and have a look. Soon, the number of people in Jiang Chen's live broadcast room dropped from 30 million to more than 7 million. Jiang Chen was already very satisfied with so many people. In the Shangjing Grand Canyon, Jiang closed his eyes and didn't speak. His heart was in his throat. He was afraid that he would vomit when he opened his mouth. He stood on the platform for more than 10 minutes, and the audience was anxious. Baby, Jiang, you have been standing for so long, and you are done with the coolness. Jump. Octopus, jump quickly. We are still waiting to see the miracle of Jiang Chen who loves farming. Xingchen, jump. Fuck your mother. My patience has been worn out by you. Finally, Jiang Chen did not jump. The coach over there pushed him down at the signal of General Manager ZHU. This time, the camera was on Jiang Chen, and the moment he jumped down, the drone began to zoom in. Jiang Chen's scream made the people in the live broadcast room's ears bulge. Soon Jiang Chen's whole body gathered and fell. During the descent, the drone suddenly captured Jiang Chen's urine flying out along the trouser legs. So much urine formed a straight line in the sky. Everyone was dumbfounded. Squidward, peeing. Xingchen, peeing. Northern fish, grass, peeing, retreat, retreat. Big wolf dog, retreat, retreat. Dongje fan club, awkward, retreat, retreat. Dongje backyard general alliance, ahem. Do you want to go to see Jiang Chen who loves farming together? Dongje fan number 3, let's go. Let's go to Chile to see Jiang Chen who loves farming. At Mayowa headquarters, watching Dongje urinate for a moment, CEO Li Xiang plopped down on the sofa. He knew it was all over. The moment Dongje's heroic personality collapsed, the number of people in his live broadcast room dropped sharply from 60 million. In less than 5 minutes, the number of people in his live broadcast room had dropped to 10 million. When the drone pulled away, Dongje was hanging in the canyon like a dead dog. Under the sunlight, he was like a dead pig hanging under the eaves, looking at everything in front of him. Even the on-site director covered his eyes helplessly inside. In the end, when Dongje was pulled up, his shit fell from his trouser legs and the glass plank road. The number of people in his live broadcast room finally dropped to a few thousand. In desperation, Mayowa was forced to close Dongje's live broadcast room. They knew that the old king was dead and the new king was born. Sure enough, when Jiang Chen walked to the top of Guanyin Mountain in the morning light, the sun shone on him, and soon the people in his live broadcast room began to shout, "Lazy bug, look, the new king is born. North Star, the new king ascends the throne. The bird will sing, new king." The northern sky gave away 1 crown. Little wolf dog gave away 1 crown. North Star gave away 1 crown. Gifts were pouring in Jiang Chen's live studio. This crown was worth 500 yuan, and Jiang Chen's live studio crown soon covered the entire screen. At the headquarters of the Chile Live platform, Mr. Lee was watching the company's stock as usual. Suddenly, the stock stretched out a straight line and went up. Mr. Lee was instantly confused. He was about to ask what was going on when the operations director barged in without knocking. Mr. Lee, Brother Dong collapsed. Brother Dong is dead. Mr. Lee was a little surprised. How could such a young person die so suddenly? No, he is not dead, but he is almost dead. Check Weibo and Kyandu hotspot. Mr. Lee opened Weibo, and Weibo was flooded with news about Brother Dong. There was news every day. Brother Dong, the first person in today's outdoor live broadcast, had incontinence on the spot during the live broadcast of Shangjing Grand Canyon. The live broadcast room exploded instantly, and Brother Dong's personality collapsed. Beijing Entertainment News, with Dongje's incontinence, Mayowa's stock price fell to the limit. Within 2 days, Mayowa's assets shrunk by nearly 1 billion yuan. Southern Entertainment News, with the death of Fatty Wang, the new outdoor king, has ascended the throne. The number of people in Jiang Chen's live broadcast room of Chile Live, who loves farming, has reached a record high of 70 million. Chapter 31. A new king has been born. After watching the live broadcast, Mr. Lee jumped up excitedly. I was wondering why the company's stock price rose so fast. Go buy champagne. Let's all celebrate together. After Mr. Lee finished speaking, the operations director also said excitedly, "Okay, I'll go right away. No, open the champagne in my wine cellar and bring my bottles of 1988 Lafite too." Mr. Lee was so happy. He had been suppressed by Maoya for so many years, and they were still struggling to survive a few days ago. Now he suddenly turned over and became the boss. You know, it's a great joy for him. The operations director went to the cellar to get champagne. After the champagne was brought, Mr. Lee walked into the office area in person. "Mr. Lee, bring champagne to celebrate." The operations director shouted to everyone, and soon the whole office area was boiling. Everyone came to celebrate, but Zhang Wei and Song Jiaqi were not there. You know, they are the biggest contributors. "Where's Vice President Zhang?" President Lee asked curiously. The operations director went to look for him, but Vice President Zhang and Song Jiaqi were still staring at the screen with frowned eyebrows. President Lee came to invite them personally. Seeing the two people with frowned eyebrows, he asked curiously, "President Zhang, what's wrong? Come and celebrate." Zhang Wei turned around and saw that it was President Lee. A smile appeared on his face. Don't open it so early." "Why, what's wrong?" President Lee thought something unexpected had happened. Zhang Wei pointed at the screen and said, "Look, what is that?" The screen was very small, but in the morning mist, President Lee saw the red and beautiful roses all over the mountains at a glance. Wait, this, turn on the big screen in the rest area. After President Lee shouted, Zhang Wei and a few others followed him to the hall. In the hall, the screen turned on, and the entire office area instantly turned into a red world. Under the golden morning light, patches of green grew on a golden desert, and in the green were huge purple roses. The roses were bigger than an adult's fist, redder, and thousands of times more beautiful. Moreover, the roses blossomed into a red ocean, which extended into the blue mist. Wow. It's so beautiful. Is this sea of roses in the desert? Finally, someone screamed for the first time, and soon the screams overwhelmed the applause. All over the hillside, 120,000 roses bloomed in the early morning. Every frame of it was a beautiful screensaver. At this moment, not only the people watching Legio's live broadcast, but also the fans of Jiang Chen's live broadcast room were speechless. The barrage was quiet for a long time, and everyone's eyes were focused on the sea of roses for a long time. Hello everyone, this is another miracle of mine. This is the Rose Sea Scenic Area in the Bermuda Desert Oasis Scenic Area in Mojiang. Of course, due to limited funds, the construction has not yet met my expectations. However, when I have money later, I will build it into the world's largest rose base, and then it will be open to friends all over the world. Jiang Chen walked to a rose and introduced it. As he introduced it, he pushed the camera to a huge rose. The morning dew wet the leaves, and the dew fell from the branches and leaves onto the red rose petals. The crystal dew was particularly bright. Panda, wow. This is so beautiful. Is this rose the Rose King of France? I remember that this one plant cost millions. Giant, yes, that's right. It's the Rose King of France. This is the latest one cultivated. This thing is very expensive. I saw it when I was studying in France. Official from Columbia University, specifically, this is not the French Rose King, because although the Rose King is large, it is not so gorgeous. Moreover, the Rose King has very high requirements for suddenness and environment, so I think it should be a superior variety than the Rose King. Columbia University came out to explain, and soon the comment area became more lively. Dream Returner, wow, a variety that Columbia University has not seen. It is really amazing. Although sometimes I think that this may be designed for performance like everyone else, I have to say that, even if it is designed for performance, I like it. Sigh, yes. Even if it is fake, but the fake is the same as the real one, we like it. Unlike Brother Dong, the fake one is disgusting. Follow me and continue walking. The main task today is to lead everyone to visit the Sea of Roses. Look, this piece of roses is deep red, and that piece of roses is pink. They are all very beautiful. Jiang Chen introduced it to everyone while walking. Stepping on the soft yellow sand, not far away, Jiang Chen saw thousands of gorgeous dark blue roses in the middle of the herringbone road. Ah, look. The roses over there are dark blue roses, Jiang Chen said, and he ran over there excitedly like a child. You know, roses are divided into varieties. Red and pink are the common roses, but this dark blue rose is different. It is the rarest variety. Xianshan Botanical Garden, wow. If I'm not mistaken, this is a blue enchantress. This kind of flower blooms so beautifully. This is the first time I have seen it in all the years I have been running the botanical garden. Northern Spacetime, brother, you have made a fortune. This pure blue enchantress must sell for at least tens of thousands per branch. You must have at least dozens or hundreds of branches. This resale will cost millions. Little money fan, that's right. The flower shop opposite our community has blue enchantresses. They are imported and cost 1 or 2,000 per branch. I bought them when I proposed last time, but I couldn't buy them. I had to make an appointment half a month in advance. Brother, you really made a fortune. Jiang Chen was standing in front of the blue enchantress, staring at the enchanting roses. You can never feel the shock of standing in front of it in the camera. She is the most beautiful enchantress I have ever seen. Jiang Chen couldn't help but speak. Dream Paradise, host, can you give me your WeChat? I'm going to bite it to propose, thank you. Lock love, I want one too. Can you give me your WeChat? Startup, I want one too. The barrage was full of people who wanted to buy roses. Jiang Chen came back to his senses from the blue mist. He looked at the barrage full of screens and was stunned. Are these roses so popular? You know, he is very short of money now. How can I sell them? I'm in the desert here, and there is no SF Express here. When I cut them and mail them to Mojiang, the flowers will be gone by the time I get to Mojiang. It's a rip-off. I will lose millions for nothing. Jiang Chen felt a little heartbroken. Although Jiang Chen was heartbroken, at the headquarters of Chile live in the distant city of Hangzhou, hundreds of people were staring at the screen. When all the nines returned to zero, with a bang, President Lee opened a bottle of champagne worth 420,000 yuan. The champagne was sprayed everywhere, and hundreds of people shouted in unison, over 100 million. Over 100 million. I didn't expect Jiang Chen to have such great power. The number of people online exceeded 100 million on the first day of the live broadcast. President Lee was very excited. He shook the champagne and kept throwing it. Congratulations, President Lee. Our Chile live is finally saved. Oh no, we have finally turned over and become the boss. Congratulations, President Lee. It's all thanks to President Zhang. It's all thanks to President Zhang. President Zhang, come up and say a few words. Chapter 32 Blue Enchantress. President Lee pulled Zhang Wei into the crowd, but Zhang Wei's expression was very serious. He drank a glass of red wine and looked at the excited crowd and said, I said that I'm not a spy sent by Maoaya. Today I have done it, and I have a clear conscience. So, President Lee, thank you for your trust in me, and I should fulfill my promise. After Zhang Wei finished speaking, a group of people were stunned. Yes, just yesterday, the financial director had a fight with him, and all the directors disliked him. Zhang Wei said that after this, he would leave. Everyone was dumbfounded when they saw Zhang Wei leaving at this moment. Yes, this achievement had just been achieved. If Zhang Wei left, Jiang Chen, who loved farming, would definitely leave as well. What would happen to their Chile live at that time? Bang bang. It's my fault. It's my fault. I'm a dog who doesn't know the real man. Mr. Zhang, don't be so petty. I admit my fault. Suddenly, the financial director slapped himself twice, and the other directors raised their glasses and shouted, it's our fault. I'll drink 3 glasses as punishment. Mr. Zhang, don't bear grudges. A group of directors drank 3 glasses in a row, and Mr. Lee patted Zhang Wei's arm and said, old Zhang, look, everyone has admitted their mistakes. How about giving me some face? Chile will be our common home in the future. After Mr. Lee finished speaking, the operations director also raised his glass and shouted, cheers to our common home. Zhang Wei was very grateful to Mr. Lee for giving him a chance. Seeing that everyone had admitted their mistakes, Zhang Wei also raised his glass under Mr. Lee's persuasion. In the desert, Jiang Chen no longer cared about the live broadcast. At noon, Jiang Chen turned off the live broadcast. He was going to have a good rest. He was too tired these days, and he had also finished the live broadcast time for this month, so it was time to rest. Of course, he had to whet everyone's appetite, otherwise everyone would get tired of watching live broadcasts every day. After turning off the live broadcast, Jiang Chen lay on the grass. Jiang Chen was thinking about a problem, that is, roses are so popular, he must find a way to pick these roses and sell them. It would be great if a road could be built to Mojiang at this time, and then the roses could be sold to the whole country through Teobao in Mojiang. This season, the roses will cost at least 10 million. If you want to be rich, you must first build roads. It turns out that what the predecessor said is right. But how to build roads? This is not an easy task. By the way, doesn't the system task ask me to recruit 10 tourists and then open the building materials mall? If I complete the task, can't I open the building materials mall and build roads? Jiang Chen suddenly felt that he was simply a genius. Hurry up and call Li Yiren to ask, complete the task first? Question mark? Just as Jiang Chen was about to contact Li Yiren, there was a ding dong sound, and Jiang Chen's WeChat rang. Jiang Chen opened WeChat, and it was a message from Li Yiren, a voice message. Cute little rabbit Li Yiren, Jiang Chen, we asked for leave in advance. By the way, we have to go with a few more people. The son of my dad's old friend insisted on going. It happens that he is driving. We will arrive in Mojiang County around tomorrow evening. Li Yiren's voice is still very nice. Hearing that Li Yiren has found a few more friends, Jiang Chen is very happy. After all, the more people come, the better. At this moment, if he is given 10 people, he will have to eat shit. Oh no, forget about eating shit. Okay, then I will make preparations here. I will go to Mojiang County to wait for you. Cute little rabbit Li Yiren. Okay, see you then. After closing WeChat, Jiang Chen wanted to call Fatty Wang. After all, he hadn't eaten for a few days. He was almost a rabbit eating grass every day. But in a blink of an eye, Fatty rode a camel and was probably still on the way. There was no signal on the way, so he couldn't get through. Forget it, just keep eating grass and drinking cactus juice. At noon the next day, the fat man came back, leading 2 camels, which were loaded with sacks, and the sacks were filled with all kinds of things. When a camel appeared next to the giant cactus in the desert, Jiang Chen was moved by the fat man with pimples on his face due to the wind and sand. He went up and patted the fat man, and for some reason his eyes were a little moist. The fat man also patted Jiang Chen on the shoulder, pointing to the sack behind him and said, "Brother Chen, I have no way out. My 50,000 yuan is all here. If the scenic spot is not built well in the future, we will dry it here together. Good brother." Jiang Chen stretched out his hand, and the fat man nodded, clapped his hands and shouted, "Come on. Come on. Fatty, our first batch of tourists will arrive in Mojiang County in the evening. Get ready to work." With such a brother, if he can't conquer the desert in this life, Jiang Chen would rather be a dog. Get to work. Fatty tied the camel to the giant cactus, and the 2 people unloaded the large and small bags from the camel. Fatty Wang was really willing to spend money. He bought pots, bowls, toothpaste, towels, and everything he could use. In addition, he bought a solar generator, rice, and even 2 bottles of towel. After the 2 people unloaded everything, they were already sweating profusely. Fatty had been in the army cafeteria, so he set up a solar wok and started cooking. Jiang Chen was not idle either. He sorted out all the things and put them in the small nest, surrounded by their giant cactus. After everything was arranged, it was already 1 o'clock. Jiang Chen smelled the fragrance of rice floating in the desert, which was simply the greatest delicacy in the world. Let's eat. After dinner, get ready to welcome the first wave of tourists. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Fatty Wang also brought out the dishes. Jiang Chen spread a cloth on the ground, and the 2 sat cross-legged. To celebrate, Fatty also opened a towel. When the 2 men raised their glasses, the fat man suddenly remembered something. He put down his glass and shouted, "Brother Chen, we have to feed the camels first." After the fat man finished speaking, the 2 men stood up and looked around. There was not even a trace of an animal in the huge Bermuda scenic area. Damn. Where's the camel? In the distance, a several meter high desert cactus had its roots bitten off by a camel. The camel took the opportunity to escape. Yes, it escaped. Life is so helpless. Jiang Chen sat on the carpet. He picked up the wine glass and said, "Forget it, let it go. I'll compensate you with 100 camels in the future." Seeing that the camel was really nowhere to be found, the fat man sighed and said, "Let it go. At worst, we can go to Mojiang next time. Come on, drink. Brother Chen, the fat man, will follow you from now on. Drink." The 2 drank it all in one gulp. They were a little drunk. Jiang Chen lay on the carpet, looked at the blue sky and said, "Fatty, do you think I will succeed?" Fatty Wang scratched his head and said, "Yes, Brother Chen, we have blue sky and white clouds here. How can we fail? Besides, we have planted grass here. As long as we plant more grass, this place will become a grassland. When this place becomes a grassland, we will raise a group of sheep. Brother Chen, I heard that sheep are more valuable recently." Jiang Chen turned to look at Fatty Wang, who was surprised. "Damn, is it really impossible to improve IQ? I have grown grass in the desert, and you want to raise sheep for this cross-century feat? Fatty, listen to me, don't raise sheep anymore. Raising sheep is doomed to be fruitless. Also, you have to avoid me when I do things in the future. Come back when I ask you to. I promise that in 1 year, your investment will increase 100 times. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Fatty Wang nodded. He said with understanding, "Okay, let's listen to Brother Chen. After all, Brother Chen is an educated person." Question mark? Chapter 33, The Four Young Masters of Beijing. In the evening, Jiang Chen's cell phone rang. It was Li Yiren calling. Jiang Chen wanted to pick them up, but the round trip was too far, so he had to give up. Hey, Jiang Chen, we are in Mojiang County. How can we get to you? Mojiang County is actually only 100 highways away from the Bermuda Scenic Area. It only takes an hour to drive there, but this is a desert after all, so it takes several hours to drive there. So, Jiang Chen took the phone and said, "Squad leader, it may be dangerous at night. Wait until 6 or 7 o'clock tomorrow and drive along the Mojiang Highway all the way south. It's just right to watch the sunrise when you get there." After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Li Yiren nodded and said, "Okay. By the way, do you need us to bring you something?" "Bring something?" Haha, what Jiang Chen lacks most now is money. How many pounds of money can he bring? No need to bring anything, just come. At night, the sky was full of stars. Jiang Chen lay in the tent and stared at the starry sky in a daze. He thought about Li Yiren every night these days. Now that he was about to see Shangjingye's Sahara, Jiang Chen was a little insomniac. How should I face her tomorrow? A big hug and then say welcome to Bermuda? No. Too tacky. It would be nice if there was a camel. I would lean on the camel, wearing a flowered shirt and a cowboy hat. Handsome. At this moment in Mojiang County, Li Yiren was still awake. She was forced to come to the desert this time. She is only a sophomore now, but her father introduced her to the son of his partner, so that they could make friends. This guy is very arrogant, and his appearance is average. His quality is also very low, and he has no culture. His father bought him a university abroad, but he asked for leave after only a few days. After he came back, he happened to meet Li Yiren when he went to Li Yiren's father's company, so he took a fancy to Li Yiren, and the Li family didn't want to lose this partner, so, in a room that looked okay, Li Yiren lay on a not so white quilt, looking at the ceiling, and talking to herself. Hey, how can I let ZHU Chang give up? Headache, and you, Jiang Chen. Can't you help me? If I can't get rid of him this time, it looks dangerous. Li Yiren stretched out her hand to hold her doll and fell asleep. Li Yiren wanted Jiang Chen to help her, but Jiang Chen was seriously ill and so poor that her father would definitely not look down on him, even if he was taken to Beijing. The next morning, although it was the end of April, Mojiang was still dark at 6 o'clock. Two Hummers gathered on the Mojiang highway and then rushed towards the desert at night. At 8 o'clock, the sky gradually brightened and the east began to turn white, but the wind and sand were particularly strong. The wind and sand blew, making it impossible for the people in the car to see the road conditions ahead clearly. In the front Hummer, the 22-year-old ZHU Chang was wearing an army suit and his hair was combed shiny. Although he was only 22 years old, he looked mature, like he was in his 30s. Yi ran, "There's no way to go forward. Let me go back. Wherever you want to go, no matter if it's Europe or America, we can send you a private jet." ZHU Chang spoke in a rough voice and he always picked his teeth with his hands because he had several gold teeth in his mouth. "If you want to go back, go back. I just want to go to the desert. If you're scared, stop the car and I'll walk." Okay, let's go. You're just thinking about that pretty boy, a poor guy who has to ask for donations for medical treatment. Such a person is not even qualified to carry my shoes. Can you stop talking? Li Yiren was very angry. Seeing that Li Yiren was angry, ZHU Chang sneered. "Only you think he is great. Just wait. When we get there, you'll see how I'll show him his true face as a poor man licking his boots." "Yiren, that's right. Why don't we go back? Look, the wind and sand are so strong. How could there be people in the desert?" Also, Jiang Chen was doing a live broadcast on Meowire a few days ago, but his account was blocked after only half a day. He fell off a sand dune during the live broadcast and seemed to be dead. Jiang Chen in the oasis yawned. I don't know why he yawned so coldly on such a sunny day. "Zio, if you say that again, you are no longer my friend." Okay, I'm telling the truth. Is Jiang Chen your classmate? Is that how you curse your classmates? He originally had a terminal illness, otherwise why would he let us donate to him? Yiren was still unconvinced. Just as Li Yiran wanted to argue with them, there was a sudden rumble, and the roaring Hummer seemed to hit something. Zhu Chang stopped the car. The wind and sand made it hard for people to open their eyes. He got out of the car and looked in front. Oh my god, a camel was hit to death. Seeing the camel, Zhu Chang was happy. He walked to the back of the car, patted the door and shouted, "Brothers, get out of the car quickly. You are lucky today. There is camel meat to eat." What do the rich second generation like besides luxury cars and beautiful women? That's right, wild game. Several people lifted the camel and put it on the roof of the Hummer and then drove towards the desert. When they arrived in the heart of the desert, the wind and sand suddenly became smaller. After walking for more than 10 miles, the wind and sand stopped completely. This surprised everyone. A tall desert giant cactus appeared in the distance. The cactus was more than 100 meters tall. Its leaves were not flat, but round and slender. The Hummer drove slowly. A golden sunrise rose in the eastern sky. Li Yiran suddenly felt like he had arrived in a paradise. Look, it's really magical. Several girls shouted first. Zhu Chang stopped the Hummer, rolled down the window, and lit a cigarette. He looked at the sunrise for a long time as it gradually emerged from the golden clouds. This kind of thing that could only be seen on TV happened in front of him, which surprised him for a while. Fuck, this works. Zhu Chang said, and he put out the cigarette because he saw two people coming down from the cactus tree. Although they were in the wind and sand, their clothes were not shabby. The two people also washed their faces, which was different from the people in the desert that Zhu Chang imagined. Jiang Chen. Li Yiran got out of the car and waved to Jiang Chen. Jiang Chen was very happy to see his classmates coming. He waved to everyone and shouted, "Here, here, my scenic spot is here." After Jiang Chen shouted, Zhu Chang started the engine and drove towards the desert scenic spot. The two cars stopped at the entrance of the scenic spot. Oh no, there is no door here for the time being. The two cars stopped next to a desert cactus tree. After the car stopped, Li Yiran pushed open the door and wanted Jiang Chen to give her a hug immediately, but Jiang Chen didn't. Squad leader Li, on behalf of the Scenic Area Management Committee, I welcome you. Jiang Chen stretched out his hand very gentlemanly, facing Jiang Chen's confident and clear eyes, and looking at the miracle under the giant cactus in the desert in the distance. Li Yiran smiled. Her smile was very sweet, and her two shallow dimples made people intoxicated. Chapter 34, Fighting at the Drop of a Hat. Okay, then I'll come to visit you on behalf of everyone. Li Yiran stretched out his hand while speaking, but Zhu Chang, who was not tall, but had a scoundrel look on his face, came over. He walked up to the two of them and broke the handshake that Jiang Chen and Li Yiran had when they first met. What kind of committee is this? It's just planting a few cacti, but you're making it look real. Hey, the one who donated money for medical treatment, go take the camel off the roof of my car and roast it. We'll eat it when we're tired. After Zhu Chang finished speaking, Jiang Chen looked up at the Hummer behind him. The yellow Hummer was very conspicuous in the desert. The calm and majestic Hummer was a standard for rich people. Jiang Chen's biggest dream was to own such a Hummer, but the car was very expensive, worth millions, which was something that ordinary people couldn't afford even with their lifetime money. What are you looking at? Have you seen a Hummer before? It's from the village. After Zhu Chang finished speaking, Fatty Wang suddenly rushed out. He was like a vicious dog. Oh no, he rushed up like a tiger and threw Zhu Chang to the ground. After throwing Zhu Chang to the ground, Fatty Wang started to smash Zhu Chang's head with his fists like small bowls. Bang, bang, bang. After a few punches, Zhu Chang was in a trance, and his nose was bleeding. The incident happened so suddenly that several people didn't react. When the four men behind Zhu Chang reacted, they rushed towards Fatty Wang. Fuck, hit our brother. Kill him. The four men rushed towards Fatty Wang while talking. Jiang Chen saw that someone wanted to beat his brother. Damn it, Fatty donated all his retirement benefits to himself to build a scenic spot. Can you beat my brother? Fuck. Jiang Chen also cursed and kicked a rich second generation down with one kick. The other three rich second generations wanted to hit Jiang Chen, but Fatty Wang had already stood up. He stretched out his hand to grab one of the rich second generations and flipped him to the ground. The other two stretched out their feet to kick Fatty, and Jiang Chen also flew over and kicked him. With a bang, Jiang Chen kicked one down, and the other one was also pulled to the ground by Fatty Wang. Stop fighting, stop fighting. Seeing that the two sides were fighting inexplicably, a group of girls screamed. Li Yiren came up and grabbed Jiang Chen. Zhu Chan got up from the ground and cursed, "Fuck, dare to hit me, I will kill you." Before Zhu Chan finished speaking, Jiang Chen kicked him to the ground again without saying a word. For some reason, Jiang Chen felt that he was as light as a swallow in the desert. Perhaps this was also because of the system. After kicking Zhu Chan down again, Li Yiren hurried to persuade him. After all, this Zhu Chan was not easy to mess with. He was called the Tyrant of Shangjing. In Shangjing, he was like a devil. "Stop hitting me, Jiang Chen. How can you just come up and hit me? If you don't stop, we'll leave." After all, she brought Zhu Chan here, and he was also her father's partner. If he was beaten to death here, they would all be responsible. After Li Yiren finished speaking, Jiang Chen was afraid that he would not be able to complete his mission once they left. If he failed to complete his mission, he would not be able to open the building materials city. If he could not open the building materials mall, his scenic spot would also be ruined. So thinking of this, Jiang Chen put down his fist. As soon as Jiang Chen put down his fist, Zhu Chan got up and rushed towards Jiang Chen. Fatty Wang grabbed his army suit and somersaulted him to the ground. After he fell to the ground, Fatty Wang rode on him and started beating him again. "Fuck you. Fuck your. Fuck. 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 After Zhu Chan was helped up by several people, he wiped the blood from his nose. Although he was angry, a strong dragon cannot defeat a local snake. Moreover, he really couldn't beat him. This fat guy was too fierce. It was like playing to beat the three of them. After Zhu Chan was helped up, Li Yiren sighed and said, "Forget it, I'll pay for the people I brought with me." Li Yiren was about to take out money. Although Jiang Chen was short of money, he couldn't ask a woman for money. He stretched out his hand to block Li Yiren. Before Jiang Chen finished speaking, Zhu Chan had already taken out his wallet from his pocket and pulled out a wad of money and threw it in Wang Pang's face. "Damn it, tell your mother that money can solve things." After a wad of money was thrown in Wang Pang's face, the money floated and fell everywhere. As soon as the money fell to the ground, Wang Pangzi waved his fist and knocked Zhu Chan to the ground again. Although the poor are poor, they cannot be humiliated. "Don't stop me, I don't want the money. I'll make him pay for my camel." Fatty Wang waved his fist and was about to hit Zhu Chan. Li Yiren reached out and wiped the sweat from his forehead. What the hell was going on? I shouldn't have let them follow. They have forgiven you, but you are still throwing money at him. Do you think this is a nightclub? Alright. Stop fighting. Let's go back now. Anyway, there is no way to travel. Instead of doing this, it is better to go back early. The sooner you go back, the sooner you will be free. After Li Yiren finished speaking, Jiang Chen went up and pulled Fatty Wang away. Although Jiang Chen felt that beating him to death was not an exaggeration. He saw that the mission was about to be completed, and the man was almost beaten, so forget it. Fatty Wang, give Li Yiren some face today, and let him go first. After Jiang Chen shouted, the fat man climbed up from Zhu Chang and spit at him, saying, damn it, I'll beat up anyone like you I see. Fuck, if you dare to go back to Shangjing, I'll kill you. Don't pull me, I'll kill him now. Ouch. Jiang Chen was so annoyed, and quickly stopped it. Fatty Wang, you idiot, can't you wait until they all enter the scenic area and let me complete the task before beating him? I've been busy these few days, don't let me waste all my efforts. Jiang Chen fiercely pulled Fatty Wang away, and Li Yiren also looked at Zhu Chang and shouted, Zhu Chang, apologize to Fatty Wang. Zhu Chang saw that Li Yiren also stood on Jiang Chen's side. He thought that he was not Wang Fatty's opponent either. If he was beaten again, he would lose all his face in front of Li Yiren, so he remembered this grudge first, and there would be plenty of time to deal with him in the future. Okay, I apologize. Damn it, I tell you, I'll give Li Yiren face today, otherwise. Anything else? Li Yiren glared at Zhu Chang, and Zhu Chang spat a mouthful of blood on the ground, gritted his teeth, and walked towards the Hummer. When the boys saw that Zhu Chang had left, why were they still here? Originally, they wanted to follow Zhu Chang to play with some schoolgirls, but they didn't expect that they didn't play with the schoolgirls, and they were beaten up. Don't you think it's embarrassing? Question mark? If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelos. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 35, Peking University and Tsinghua University Campus Beauty. It's a garbage place, let's go back. A rich second-generation man in a flowered shirt said and turned to walk towards the Hummer. Under the cactus tree, several girls looked at Li Yiren. They were all brought by Li Yiren. Bai Xiao saw that several people were about to leave. She looked at Li Yiren and said, they're gone. What should we do now? Li Yiren looked at Jiang Chen. Jiang Chen scratched his head and said, since you're here, why don't you come in and sit down? After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Li Yiren nodded and said, we came here to see our classmates. Since we are here, let's go inside and take a look. What about Mr. Zhu? Don't worry about them. Who asked them to come? I didn't invite them. After Li Yiren finished speaking, several people nodded. That's right, they came to see their classmates, not to have fun with those rich second generations. After several people reached a consensus, Jiang Chen looked at everyone and shouted, okay, first of all, thank you all for coming to visit my old classmate who is terminally ill. Now, welcome everyone to the Sahara Mojang Bermuda Desert Oasis scenic area. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, several girls applauded expectantly. Zhu Chang was the only one left in the car. He spit outside, and Fatty Wang clenched his fists. Zhu Chang shouted, what's the matter? Can't I spit? Did I spit at your doorstep or something? Come on, ignore him. Don't let them ruin everyone's fun. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, he took the lead and walked into the scenic area. As he walked, he said, squad leaderly, let me introduce it to everyone first. This is a giant columnar cactus. The juice of the cactus can be drunk. Fatty Wang, bring a knife. Fatty Wang handed over a knife, and Jiang Chen carefully peeled off a little of the skin of the giant columnar cactus. Soon water flowed out of the cactus. Fatty Wang gave everyone a cup, and everyone took turns drinking. So sweet. So delicious. I feel so much more energetic after drinking it. Yes. Acting. Fuck, I want to do. Fatty Wang, everyone here is a friend. Jiang Chen just counted the number of people silently. Li Yiren brought 5 girls, 6 people in total. He was still 4 people short of his goal. If those 4 rich second generations came in, there would be exactly 10 people. 10 people would be just enough to help him complete the task. What a pity, he couldn't bring himself to do this. After all, he just beat them up. Brother Chen, I still want to beat them up. Calm down, calm down. Come on, let's keep going inside and take a look. Do you see that tall sandhill? This sandhill is the largest one nearby. I named it Guanyan Mountain. In the evening, we can lie on Guanyan Mountain and watch the sunset. It's so beautiful. Wow, I'm so excited when I think of the sunset. Several little girls were looking forward to it. Jiang Chen saw that the rich second generation had no intention of coming. He sighed and thought, forget it, if they don't want to come, then don't come. Just treat it as accompanying classmates this time. Let's go, I'll take you to see the biggest miracle of this century. Jiang Chen, you can't really grow grass in the desert, can you? TSK, growing grass in the desert. If you can grow grass in the desert, I'll be fucked by a cow on live broadcast. ZHU Chang was very disdainful. Before entering the scenic area, Li Yiren looked back at ZHU Chang and the others. She looked at Jiang Chen and said, Jiang Chen, after all, we are all friends who came together. Otherwise, okay, I'm not a grudge-bearing person. Jiang Chen couldn't wait for them to come in and help him complete the task. Although Jiang Chen also wanted to beat them up. ZHU Chang, why don't you come in too? After all, it's not safe outside. I heard that there are monsters in the desert that have eaten many people. Li Yiren is a kind person. After she finished speaking, ZHU Chang stretched his neck and sneered. Monsters? Haha, do you believe what those country bumpkins in Mojiang County said? There are indeed monsters. My grandfather once wrote in his diary that they had encountered a monster in the Mojiang desert. This monster is like a scorpion, but it is tens of thousands of times larger than a scorpion. They can burrow into the ground and eat people. By the way, it's like Kog'Maw in the League of Legends we play. You'd better be careful. Jiang Chen really didn't lie. This was indeed recorded in his grandfather's diary, but Jiang Chen didn't see it during the time he was in the Bermuda scenic area. Forget it, you guys play by yourselves. Yiren, there's nothing to see inside. What miracles can two poor bastards do? Hurry up and come out, and I'll take you to Sanaya. There's more fun stuff there. Several people finally decided to enter the desert. The sun rose, and soon the desert became a little hot. However, when several people just entered the scenic area, the temperature around them was neither cold nor hot, just like April on Earth. It's so cool. Yeah. How come it feels so cool as soon as I come in? Jiang Chen, can you introduce it to everyone? Bei Xiaoyu looked at Jiang Chen. Although Bei Xiaoyu's eyes were not as big as Li Yiren's, fortunately Bei Xiaoyu had long legs. The long legs in black stockings were thin and round, very attractive. This is a secret. By the way, look, there is a piece of green under the sandhill. That's the Bermuda grass seeds I cultivated. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, everyone looked in the direction of his hand. Sure enough, a faint green appeared under Guanyan Mountain. Several people screamed in surprise. Wow. Jiang Chen, you really created a miracle. Can seeds really grow in the desert? Go and have a look. If there is a miracle in this century, then growing an oasis in the desert must be one of them. A group of people ran to the Bermuda lawn, and Li Yiren squatted down. She looked at the green grass on the ground, and she was so excited that she almost cried with her mouth covered. What a lovely little grass, only they dare to live in the desert. At this moment, Jiang Chen had no energy to listen to her, so Jiang Chen, who was standing opposite Li Yiren, inadvertently saw Li Yiren's snow-white skin squatting on the ground. Jiang Chen, did you really cultivate them all? Jiang Chen, brother Chen, ahem. What did you say just now? It seemed that Li Yiren also realized something, and she stood up with a dark face. Jiang Chen, ahem, Jiang Chen was a little embarrassed. After all, it's not glorious to look at beautiful women, but Li Yiren's skin is really white. What? I asked you if you planted these grasses? Yes, I definitely planted them. Let me introduce them to you. This grass is Bermuda grass. Have you heard of Bermuda? Yes. This has nothing to do with that. This grass. Everyone was speechless. Why did you mention that, if it doesn't matter? Bei Xiaoyu rolled his eyes at Jiang Chen. Jiang Chen was a little embarrassed, but after all, he was a man of high IQ, so Jiang Chen instantly changed the subject. Let me tell you, my grass is different from others. My Bermuda grass, when they grow up, you can sleep on it at night without mosquitoes. It's very comfortable. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Li Yiren looked at Lu Li with a slightly red face. Lu Li lowered his head and pretended not to see it. Really? That's great. If my lawn is replaced with this kind of grass, I can lie on it and look at the stars at night. How beautiful it is. What stars to look at? Beijing is full of dust at night. Where can I look at the stars? That's right. Now there is dust everywhere every day. I can't even open the windows of my house. Chapter 36. The Wrath of the Tyrant. At some point, looking at the starry sky has become a luxury for the people of Shangjing, and being able to buy a house with a lawn in Shangjing is also a luxury for Jiang Chen. It doesn't matter, you can realize it tonight. Jiang Chen really regretted not buying a 10 cm lawn to save money. However, growing grass in the desert is a miracle in itself. Are there really stars here at night? Even if there are stars, you can't see them. The desert is more than 10 degrees below zero at night. I'm afraid we don't dare to lie here. After Bei Xiaoyu finished speaking, Jiang Chen looked at Bei Xiaoyu and said, no, there won't be stars here. Do you know why it is called a 6-star scenic spot? After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Li Yiren was surprised. Jiang Chen, is your place rated as a 6-star scenic spot? I rated it myself. TSK. Don't cut it, I tell you, if they were to rate it, it wouldn't be an exaggeration to call it an 8-level scenic spot. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Li Yiren thought that Jiang Chen had stayed in the desert for so long without freezing to death, and she began to believe it a little. I'm looking forward to the evening. What are your plans for lunch? Noon. The lawn is so small that you can see it all at a glance. As for lunch, they really don't have any plans. Well, we don't have anything for lunch. Before Fatty Wang finished speaking, Jiang Chen hurriedly shouted, yes, there is nothing to plan for lunch, so we arranged a desert barbecue. By the way, it's almost time. It's time to prepare for the desert barbecue. When they heard about the barbecue, a group of girls shouted excitedly, wow, desert barbecue, I've never eaten it before. What are we grilling? Li Yiren also had a look of anticipation on her face. Li Yiren's eyes were very bright. In an instant, Jiang Chen thought of the ancient people's 3 armies were angry for a beauty. This kind of beauty was what Lu Li wanted. Barbecue camel. Everyone's faces were black. Fatty Wang pulled Jiang Chen and whispered, Brother Chen, we can't treat our brothers like this. No, Fatty, only by eating its body can its soul be liberated. Have you forgotten what happened when you were a soldier in Tibet? You told me this. But that's different from our beliefs. Don't you believe in Buddhism? No. Have you read Journey to the West? What does this have to do with Journey to the West? Is Tathagata Buddha handsome? Does Tathagata Buddha also eat camels? No. Tathagata Buddha is the Buddha. If you believe in Tathagata Buddha, it means you believe that we can eat camel meat to liberate his soul. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Fatty Wang's brain and IQ couldn't keep up for a moment. He thought about it and said, that's right, I believe in Tathagata Buddha more. People in Tibet also believe in Buddhism. It's the same. However, this, eat the body and liberate the soul. But, no buts. Hurry up and carry the camel back. I'll go light a fire. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Fatty Wang sighed and walked towards the gate of the scenic area. A smoke of war rose in the desert. When Fatty Wang arrived, a grill had been set up next to the Hummer. Zhu Chang had already slaughtered the camel and was just about to sprinkle cumin on the meat to roast it. When several people saw Fatty Wang coming out, they were so scared that they dropped their weapons and rushed into the car. Zhu Chang ran the slowest. When Fatty Wang saw that they were going to roast his camel, he rushed over like a tiger. Let go of me, I'll pay you. Fatty Wang held Zhu Chang back. Zhu Chang was about to cry. Not only did he not get to pick up Li Yiren during this trip to the desert, but he also lost face in public. It's not enough to be embarrassed, but you sprinkled cumin on it, and you let me eat a piece before beating me. I'll let you roast my camel. Fatty Wang took off his shoes and beat Zhu Chang. The soles of his shoes slapped Zhu Chang and made him jump up. Do I, a rich second generation, have any shame? The answer is obvious, that is, no. Jiang Chen hadn't seen Fatty Wang for a long time. He thought that Fatty Wang might have fought with others again, so he asked Li Yiren and the others to set up the barbecue stall by themselves, and he went to look for Fatty Wang. When Jiang Chen arrived at the door, Fatty Wang was holding Zhu Chang's hammer. Jiang Chen was shocked. He rushed over to pull Fatty Wang away and shouted, "What's going on? Why are you fighting again? Ask them. I'll pay you. I'll pay you to buy your camel. Isn't that enough?" After being rescued by Jiang Chen, Zhu Chang wiped the blood from the corner of his mouth. He was really unlucky today. "Here, is 10,000 yuan enough? Is it enough? If not, I'll give you 20,000. Is 20,000 enough? Is it enough, you fat guy?" Zhu Chang shouted, and Jiang Chen patted Fatty Wang. He didn't know why rich people had to pretend to be cool. Would they die if they didn't pretend to be cool? Zhu Chang, keep your mouth shut. This is not the capital. I tell you, even if I beat you to death here, I will not break the laws of China. Jiang Chen finished speaking, and Zhu Chang stretched his neck with veins exposed. "Really? That means it is not against the law if I kill you?" After Zhu Chang finished speaking, Jiang Chen sighed. If he did not teach this rebellious son a lesson, how could he live up to his title of the king of the desert? "Yes, it is not against the law. Since you have said so much, then fine. Since we are competing for cruelty, I will accompany you to the end. From now on, it is either you die or I live." After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Zhu Chang waved his hand, and several people got off the Hummer. They came down with baseball bats and wrenches. It seems that they are going to kill him this time. Seeing that Zhu Chang was ready to kill him, Jiang Chen walked straight towards the scenic spot. When Zhu Chang saw Jiang Chen leaving, he sneered behind him. "Haha, you're leaving after making threats. Don't leave if you have the guts. You idiot still wants to date the school beauty? Haha, take a piss and look at yourself. Is it possible for a poor man like you to marry a fair, rich and beautiful woman? Do you fucking think that everywhere is a fairy tale? That's right, I fucked more pussies than you've watched in the movies, and you're still pretending." Not long after, Jiang Chen came back, followed by a group of people. Li Yiren tried desperately to pull him back, but couldn't. He didn't know why Zhu Chang had started fighting with Jiang Chen again, but he knew that Zhu Chang must be at fault. This man was too arrogant, because he was rich, and Jiang Chen and the others were dying anyway, and were not going back to China. Who was afraid of who in this tit-for-tat confrontation? Don't pull him, let him come. I'm saying this today. If he can survive today, Zhu Chang. Bang! A cloud of yellow sand rose up from the desert, and Zhu Chang was dumbfounded. There are no birds in Bermuda, otherwise there would definitely be a cloud of yellow sand. Zhu Chang, you said it. Even if you kneel down and kowtow to me today, I will not let you go. An old carbine. Yes, a carbine. An American-made M1 carbine, with a power between a rifle and a pistol. Although it is old, it can still kill Zhu Chang with one shot. This carbine was brought to Jiang Chen by a passing merchant 10 years ago. The merchant also brought Jiang Chen a yellow diary. Jiang Chen read the diary every day, and wiped the gun every day. Sometimes he cried while wiping it, because he missed the kind old man, the old man he called Grandpa. 20 years ago, he entered the Sahara desert with an American expedition team, and never came back. Question mark? Chapter 37, Zhu Chang, kneel down. Zhu Chang, why don't you kneel down? Plop. The stubborn Zhu Chang knelt on the ground. Jiang Chen gritted his teeth, and held the carbine tightly against his head, panting. He had never killed anyone. Although there was no law that stipulated that killing in the Sahara desert was illegal, human nature was not bad after all. I was wrong. The three people behind Zhu Chang also knelt down with a plop. They were stubborn and arrogant, because they had money. In Shangjing, money was omnipotent. However, Shangjing was Shangjing, and Mojiang was Mojiang. In Shangjing, everything was up to you. Here, even God had to listen to me! Exclamation mark. Jiang Chen, I brought him here. It's my fault. Please don't kill them, okay? If they die, how can I explain it when I go back? Li Yiren held Jiang Chen's hand tightly, while Zhu Chang knelt on the ground like a primary school student who made a mistake, not daring to move. After all, if Jiang Chen's gun went off accidentally, his life would be lost in the desert. You know, he still has so many girls to pick up, and he still has so much money to spend. If he is killed by a poor bastard, isn't it unfair for him? Bang! A bullet pierced deeply into the yellow sand. Ah! I'm dead. I'm dead. Zhu Chang yelled loudly, and Li Yiren pulled him up, and Zhu Chang's armor suit was soaked with urine. Zhu Chang, you are not dead. You are not dead. Li Yiren was really afraid that Jiang Chen would beat him to death. You know, although he was bad, he came with him after all. If he had any accident, it would be difficult for him to explain it when he went back. The desert sun shone blazingly on the ground at noon, and the surrounding temperature suddenly rose by more than 10 degrees. Li Yiren and the others were sweating profusely. After Zhu Chang was pulled up, he opened his eyes and looked around. When he saw that Jiang Chen had just shot the bullet on the ground, he sat down on the ground and cried bitterly, "Mom, I want to find Mom. I want to go home." This is just like a rich second generation being caught in Myanmar and beaten by drug traffickers. No one abroad will give you face just because you are a rich second generation from Shangjing and you don't have that much face. Brother Zhu, let's go back to Shangjing. Several people pulled Zhu Chang up and left, but as soon as they got in the car, the temperature inside the car was over 30 degrees. There was no room to sit here, and they didn't dare to turn on the air conditioner because they didn't have enough oil. Everyone knows that Hummers are fuel guzzling, not to mention that they are in the desert, so once they turn on the air conditioner, the car will stall before they reach Mojiang County, and they can only die of thirst in the desert. You'll get heat stroke if you sit in the car, and you'll have problems driving if you get heat stroke. Oil rushed over, and after her long legs finished speaking, several girls also began to persuade them, stay here until the evening before leaving. We all came together, and it seems so disloyal to do so. Of course, they were also afraid that they would not be able to get out of the desert after Zhu Chang and the others left. You know, the roads in the desert are very difficult to walk. It would take 4 or 5 days to get out, and there would be sandstorms. If they got lost again, they would die in the desert. After several people pleaded for mercy, Jiang Chen held the carbine in his hand and did not respond. He was waiting for an attitude of admitting defeat. After a long time, Zhu Chang lowered his head. In the face of life and death, few people would continue to be arrogant. Please. He spoke in a low voice, and it seemed that he was still unwilling, but Jiang Chen had asked for enough. There is no such thing as a free lunch. You need to buy a ticket to enter the scenic spot. My scenic spot is only free for my classmates. For you, I will charge 10 times the ticket price. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, seeing that Jiang Chen was willing to forgive Zhu Chang, Li Yiren hurriedly said, "Charge them. It's not too much to charge them 20 times. Fatty Wang took the wallet to collect the money. When Fatty Wang stretched out his hand, Zhu Chang subconsciously dodged. "Why are you hiding? Buy tickets. You bastards will die of heat outside at noon." "How much?" 10,000 per person. "So cheap." Zhu Chang took out 40,000 yuan from the Hummer and handed it to Fatty Wang. Fatty Wang took the money and pointed at the man said, "No one can be idle in the desert. You guys grill camel meat for me. If you don't obey today, I will tear your tendons apart." After Fatty Wang finished speaking, the 4 rich second generations obediently carried their axe and followed Fatty Wang towards the scenic area. At 12 o'clock noon, the temperature in the desert had reached 40 degrees, and when everyone entered the Bermuda scenic area, the temperature in the scenic area was only more than 20 degrees. Several people instantly felt much cooler. "Hurry up and start grilling." Everyone set up the grill, and Fatty Wang cut the meat again. A group of people grilled camels by the campfire, sprinkled cumin on the meat, and soon the whole scenic area was filled with the aroma of meat. Wow, it smells so good. We've been out for so many picnics, but this is the one that I remember most vividly. Li Yiren smiled as she smelled the meat. When she smiled, 2 dimples appeared on her face. Looking at Li Yiren, Jiang Chen suddenly remembered a Chinese celebrity named Tong Liya. They looked so alike. After eating the barbecue, there were no other activities in the scenic area, so several people took a nap in the tent, built by Fatty Wang. A group of people went to sleep, but Jiang Chen did not. He leaned against the hillside alone, and looked at the sand dunes that stretched all the way to the horizon of the Sahara. Grandpa, you wait for me in the desert. I will definitely conquer the Sahara desert. I will find you, and I will definitely bury you in an oasis. Jiang Chen looked into the distance for a long time, from noon until sunset. A cold wind blew, and someone took a blanket and covered him. Jiang Chen smelled a fragrance, a unique fragrance of a woman. Jiang Chen, it's a bit cold in the evening. Don't catch a cold. Jiang Chen turned around and saw Li Yiren, the most elegant school beauty in Beijing. She always had a kind of magic that attracted Jiang Chen. Li Yiren, why did you come up? I saw that you were alone up there, so. By the way, Jiang Chen, are you really sick? I will double the donations from everyone later. Don't get me wrong, I'm just asking. I see that you are full of energy. I really don't mean that. I should pay it back. By the way, I plan to build some houses here after the grass grows. Otherwise, your 10,000 yuan will be regarded as an investment. When the house is built, I will give you a house. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Li Yiren smiled. She knew that this was a desert. Even if you could grow grass, it would probably not last long, not to mention building a house on the sand. Even if you could build it, it would be uninhabitable. However, the kind-hearted Li Yiren did not expose him. She stretched out her finger, and Jiang Chen also stretched out his finger, and held hers together. Hand in hand, I want the best seat. I want to be in the green grass. When I go out, I want to look up at the blue sky. I want to be able to watch the sunset while lying on a rattan chair. Yes, I'll let you stay here next time you come. Okay. The two of them sat on the hillside. The evening sunset burned up the clouds, and the clouds reflected the whole sky red. Wow, it's really more spectacular than what I took with my phone. A group of girls at the foot of the mountain took out their phones, and Jiang Chen didn't stop them. They took pictures to their heart's content, even though there was no signal here. Question mark? Chapter 38 Opening a Building Materials Market. Jiang Chen, I really hope you're okay. I don't know why Li Yiren suddenly said this. Jiang Chen smiled. He stood up and pointed at the land under his feet and shouted, Li Yiren, see. The land at the foot of the mountain is mine. As long as I save enough money, I will turn this place into an oasis. Before the whole desert becomes an oasis, even the king of hell can't take my life away. It's not that bad. He has at least received 40,000 yuan now, which is barely enough to prolong his life. Jiang Chen said jokingly, and Li Yiren also laughed. She looked up at Jiang Chen, and Jiang Chen lowered his head to meet her gaze. Her eyes were really charming. Jiang Chen, I believe in you. You can do it. By the way, how much money do you need? I can help you. No, no one can help me with the money I need. Jiang Chen was not bragging. The Sahara Desert covers an area of more than hundreds of millions of acres. Bermuda grass 10 centimeters high costs 1,000 per square meter. To green the entire Sahara, I'm afraid that, even if all the money in China is filled, it may not be enough. My dad opened an investment company. I can ask him to invest in your scenic spot. Li Yiren was willing to ask her father for the man who never bowed to fate, although her father never made a move easily. I'll think about it. Thank you in advance. Jiang Chen knew that it was too slow to make money by collecting tickets. He was already 19 years old. If he earned some tickets and planted some grass, when would he reach the heart of the Sahara Desert? Therefore, for the current situation, looking for investment was the best choice. Okay, and, Jiang Chen, we will leave when it gets dark. I don't know when we will meet again next time. Li Yiren finished speaking. When it came to parting, Jiang Chen felt a little empty in his heart. But, did he have any reason to keep her? They were just classmates. Don't you want to watch the stars? By the way, I also planted roses on the other side of the mountain. It's best to watch roses in the morning. Li Yiren felt that it would be good to leave something behind. Otherwise, how could this blockhead have a reason to invite him next time? No more. I have to leave in the evening when it's cooler. but call me when the grass grows taller and the roses bloom. Okay. The clouds in the sky gradually dissipated, and ZHU Shao started the Hummer. Bai Xiaoyu and others shouted towards the mountain. Yi ran. Let's go back. Li Yiran responded. She looked back at Jiang Chen. Jiang Chen also looked at her, and after a long time, Li Yiran smiled. Will you take me home? Yes. Coming down the hillside, the sunset had mostly fallen into the sea of sand. Li Yiran got in the car, and the Hummer drove away like a beast. Jiang Chen watched the Hummer go farther and farther, until they completely disappeared into the night. Yeah. Finally leaving. Hurry up and see if my building materials mall has appeared. At this moment, Jiang Chen looked like the legendary loser. Jiang Chen hurriedly turned on his mobile phone, and a fluorescent light came from the quiet desert in the night. If Wang Panzi hadn't known that Jiang Chen was playing with his mobile phone, he would have thought it was haunted. Jiang Chen turned on his phone and clicked on the desert farming app. A message box popped up in an instant. System reminder. Congratulations to the player for completing 10 tourist tasks. Question mark? Yeah. The task is completed. Jiang Chen was so happy that he almost jumped up. You know, he will be able to open the building materials mall soon. As long as he can buy building materials, he and Fatty Wang will never have to sleep on the sand again. Life is really beautiful. Ding dong. System reminder. The system opens the building materials mall for players. Please check it in time. Ding dong. System reminder. The tourist satisfaction rate this time is 60%. The grade is C. The evaluation is low, and the player can only unlock 1 square this time. PS. The higher the evaluation, the more squares are unlocked. Please pay attention to the player. Oh my god. Only unlock 1 square? That means I can't build a villa now? Jiang Chen was very depressed. However, if he could unlock 1, it would be 1. Thinking of this, Jiang Chen quickly clicked on the mall. After clicking on the mall, 2 buttons appeared in the mall. The first button was titled Seeds and the second button was titled Building Materials. The life extension system has been changed to automatic renewal. Jiang Chen clicked on the building materials, and 16 squares appeared on the building materials page. These squares were locked, and only the first square was opened. Jiang Chen clicked on the square, and a brief introduction appeared on the right side of the square. Building materials introduction. Desert cement. This cement can fuse the desert sand, and then forge a highway that is 10 times smoother than a gravel highway. This technology has been recognized by the Planetary Alliance. Planetary Alliance? What the hell is this? However, just looking at the name, it is definitely black technology. Yes, it is the most difficult to build a road in the desert, but if you want to get rich, you must build a road first. Everyone understands this truth. However, the cost of building a road in the desert is probably not something that ordinary people can afford, and even if it is built, the temperature difference between day and night in the desert is so large that it is easy to break. Price tips. Desert cement is sold by tons, and desert cement will automatically fuse desert sand. Players can use raw materials on the spot in the desert, and the price will be 3/4 cheaper. Price reminder. Desert cement is priced by thickness, 80 yuan per square meter for 10 centimeters thick, 150 yuan per square meter for 20 centimeters thick, and 200 yuan per square meter for 30 centimeter thick. Jiang Chen exclaimed that it was cheap. You know, even in his hometown, a rural cement road with a thickness of 10 centimeters now costs 100 yuan per square meter. But then Jiang Chen thought about it and knew why it was so cheap. Yes, the road in his hometown cost so much, and the stones were so expensive. But this is desert cement, using desert sand, and there is so much desert sand. However, even so, it is not cheap. Jiang Chen wants to build a highway to Mojiang County, which is not cost effective. You have to know that this place is more than 100 kilometers away from Mojiang County. Because it is a highway, the road surface must be thick, at least 30 centimeters. The price of a 30 centimeter thick road is 200 yuan per square meter. This road has 8 lanes in both directions, plus the green belt in the middle is 25 meters wide. Even if it is 200 kilometers long, the area of this road is 5 million square meters. 5 million square meters multiplied by the cost, that is 1 billion. That's right, it takes a full 1 billion yuan. God damn it. Where can I get 10 billion to build a road? Although this is very cheap, it is really too long to afford it. Moreover, Jiang Chen, who is a headache, is still a pauper at the moment. He wants to take out a loan, but no one is willing to lend him a loan. What a terrible system. Jiang Chen sighed, and suddenly he had a bad feeling. This system would not really require him to build a road to Mojiang. Ding dong. Task reminder, if you want to be rich, build a road first. Jiang Chen slapped his forehead. It's really your sister's good things don't work, but bad things work. It's a rip-off. Task reminder, build a highway connecting China. The road requirements must meet highway standards, with 8 lanes in both directions and a road thickness of 30 centimeters. Chapter 39 Earn 1 billion first. 1 billion. 1 billion. Where can I get so much money? Besides, I can't build a road. There's only so much grass in the desert. If I build a road, come and travel. Jiang Chen went crazy under the starry sky at night. While he was going crazy, Fatty Wang, who was lying on the sand dunes in the distance, glanced at Jiang Chen. He also sighed and said, "Hey, we broke up so quickly. The joys and sorrows in life come so quickly." At night, under the starry sky, Jiang Chen accepted his fate. Since it was a system prompt, he had to do it. After all, his life was in the hands of others, right? So, Jiang Chen decided to call Li Yiren. He thought it was time to talk to her father. At night, Jiang Chen dialed Li Yiren's phone. When the phone rang, it showed that the other party was out of service. Jiang Chen thought about it, and it was right. In the desert, only his perverted phone had calls, so they should wait until dawn, when they arrived in Mojiang County. That night, Jiang Chen fell asleep in his tent, staring at the starry sky. He dreamed that he was 19 years old, wearing a suit and tie, and giving a speech at the Shanghai International Finance Festival in the financial center of China. Looking down the stage, all he could see were financial bigwigs like Ma Huateng and Ma Yun. Ha 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 ha. Bang. Jiang Chen felt a little pain on his face. He opened his mouth to give a speech, and Fatty Wang was waving his hand to slap him. Fatty Wang. Jiang Chen shouted, and Fatty Wang stopped. Brother Chen, you just slapped me. Fuck you. The sky in the distance was already white, and Jiang Chen had no time to deal with Fatty Wang. He hurriedly took out his mobile phone. He knew that he had to contact Li Yiren before she left. It was better to borrow money sooner rather than later. The call was quickly connected, and Li Yiren had just packed up her things. Hello, Jiang Chen? What's up? Li Yiren was a little surprised when she received Jiang Chen's call. Well, I have something to ask of you. Wait for me in Mojiang. I'll be there right now. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Li Yiren was a little puzzled. After these 200 miles, she would have already returned to Shangjing by the time you came over. Don't come over. I know the way. I'll rent a car in the city to take you there. After Li Yiren finished speaking, Jiang Chen nodded. Now was not the time to pretend to be rich. Besides, if a person doesn't throw his dignity on the ground, how can he pick it up? Okay, I'll wait for you. A long day passed. In the evening, Li Yiren drove to the Bermuda Oasis scenic area. Because they were in a hurry, Jiang Chen got in the car and took Li Yiren to Mojiang County. There was only an empty lawn in the scenic area, and Fatty Wang holding a carbine in his hand. The desert road was difficult to drive at night. Li Yiren sat in the passenger seat. She was a little tired after driving for a day. Jiang Chen, what's the matter? Li Yiren yawned. She originally wanted to take a nap in the Bermuda scenic area. Well, I want to ask your father to invest some money in me to build a road. Build a road? Yes, you see, from Mojiang Highway to Bermuda scenic area, there are more than 200 miles in between. If there is a highway, it can be reached in more than an hour, but because there is no highway, it takes a night to get there, and the road is so dangerous. Jiang Chen finished speaking, and Li Yiren nodded. Yes, building a road is indeed a good idea. Besides, if Jiang Chen's grass does not die, this will shock the whole world. At that time, experts from all over the world will form a group to study it. However, that grass, cough cough, growing grassland in the Sahara desert is simply a fantasy. Jiang Chen, building a road is good. What kind of road do you want to build? Build a highway, the kind with 8 lanes, so that you never have to worry about traffic jams. Jiang Chen said it lightly, but Li Yiren almost choked, and tears came out. 8 lanes, in the desert, plus the material transportation cost, worker cost, and design cost, it will cost at least 50 billion. Jiang Chen, are you kidding? After Li Yiren finished speaking, Jiang Chen shook his head and said, no, it doesn't need 50 billion. I only need 1 billion to fix it. So, I want to get 1 billion in sponsorship from your father. By the way, I don't even know what your father does. Li Yiren was speechless. He didn't even know what his father did, and he came to ask him for help. And, 1 billion, let his father invest 1 billion in a 19-year-old boy with a terminal illness? No, this is simply a joke. Jiang Chen, my father's investment company is the largest investment company in Shangjing. You know that Kyandu Search, Saomao.com, etc. are all invested by my father. As for you, forget it. Since I have promised you, I will let you meet my father. Whether it can be done or not depends on your own ability. Li Yiren finished speaking, and Jiang Chen nodded. Yes, even if he was his son-in-law, I'm afraid that the 1 billion would not be easy to give, but there would be no hope if he didn't try. Jiang Chen rushed to Mojiang, and Zhu Chang and his friends had already left. It was the 3rd time to take a bus from Mojiang to the capital of the new province, and then take a plane from the capital to Shangjing. Shangjing was still prosperous. It was the largest city in northern China, without a doubt. There were tall buildings everywhere, and people of all skin colors on the streets, except green. This was Shangjing in 2023, a metropolis that was ranked among the best in the world. At 10 o'clock in the morning, the outer ring road of Shangjing was already jammed like a dog. Jiang Chen had studied here for 2 years, and he barely knew a little about it. Taking the subway to the global financial street, there are more than 200 super companies, all of which can be ranked in the world's top 700. Li Yiren's father's investment company is located in the Maosheng building in the center of the global financial street. The Maosheng building is 75 meters high. Although it is not the tallest building in the global financial street, it is worth a lot of money to have such a building in the Shangjing financial street. After entering the building and taking the elevator to the top floor, Jiang Chen realized how luxurious the life of the rich is. After opening the door, the corridor covered with Persian carpets is really soft. This floor is all Mr. Li's office building. What comes into view is a glass conference room that can accommodate hundreds of people. Through this glass, you can see the prosperous financial street. Li Yiren led Jiang Chen forward and soon they arrived at the chairman's office. Jiang Chen's palms were sweating. Li Yiren looked at the nervous Jiang Chen and smiled and said, don't be nervous, don't be nervous, just go in naturally. Okay. Jiang Chen encouraged himself. After all, he was not bad. You know, he had the black technology to change the desert. As long as his black technology started to make money, let alone buying a building, even buying the entire financial street would not be a problem. Oh no, that's it. Pushing open the door of the chairman's office, Jiang Chen instantly lost his composure. That's right. Zhu Chang was actually inside. Jiang Chen had a bad feeling. Dad, you still remember to come back? Question mark. Chapter 40 Desert Management Bureau. Li Zion, Li Yiren's father, has a large office, about 100 square meters. Li Zion is wearing a dark blue suit and a striped shirt, which makes him look very energetic. Dad, I'm here. After Li Yiren finished speaking, Li Zion stopped writing the Parker pen in his hand. Although he is nearly 50 years old, Li Zion is full of energy. From his eyes, Jiang Chen can feel the shrewdness of a businessman. Didn't I tell you not to come to the company if you don't have anything to do? Li Zion raised his head while speaking. As soon as he raised his head, he found Jiang Chen behind Li Yiren. Jiang Chen was wearing something shabby. However, Jiang Chen's waist was very worth it. He was very confident. Yes, the confidence came from strength. Jiang Chen felt that no one would refuse his project. You know, although this road has invested 1 billion, it is the only road to the desert. This toll road will ensure that they will make a lot of money. Li Zion looked at Jiang Chen, and Jiang Chen introduced himself hurriedly. "Hello, Chairman, I am Uncle. This is a pauper who beat me and has a terminal illness. He deceived everyone into donating to him and then hid in the desert with the money. That's fine. He also deceived Yi Ran, who is still bewitched by him. Uncle, don't believe what he says." Zhu Chang stood up from the leather sofa by the floor-to-ceiling window. Under the crystal chandelier in the room was an expensive silk carpet on which was embroidered a beautiful picture of rivers and mountains. Jiang Chen looked at Zhu Chang, and a golden sunlight poured in through the bright floor-to-ceiling window. After Zhu Chang finished speaking, Li Yiren frowned. "Dad, don't listen to Zhu Chang's nonsense. He was beaten in the desert because of his own fault. Dad, my classmate is not as bad as he said, and he didn't lie to me." After Li Yiren finished speaking, Li Zion looked at Jiang Chen. Although Jiang Chen looked okay, his clothes were shabby and even smelled a little. He never liked such people, not to mention that Jiang Chen was a person with a terminal illness. "Why did you bring him here?" Li Zion spoke coldly. "Uncle, needless to say, he must be here to borrow money. Poor people are like this. They think that they can get money from their families by cheating little girls. I play with such people. No, I have seen a lot of such people." After Zhu Chang finished speaking, Li Zion's face became even uglier. Before Jiang Chen could explain, Li Zion pointed at Jiang Chen and shouted, "Stay away from my daughter, security guard. How can anyone be allowed in?" After Li Zion finished speaking, Jiang Chen was confused. "Who the hell said that I was going to be with Li Yiren? I just came here to discuss cooperation, okay? Dad, Chairman, I think there may be some misunderstanding between us. I'm not here to meet your parents. I'm just here to discuss cooperation." After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Li Zion stood up. He pointed at Jiang Chen and said, "Don't try to use Yi Ran to threaten me. I tell you, I won't invest in anything in you. Now you have 1 minute to leave, otherwise don't blame me for being rude." After Li Zion finished speaking, Jiang Chen looked at Li Zion. He wanted to stop the anger in his heart, but, damn, what is going on? "Dad, we are not together at all. He is my classmate. He built a scenic spot in the desert and now he wants to build a highway to Mojiang. You run an investment company, right? He just wants you to invest in his highway. Yi Ran, did you study in vain? Dad runs an investment company, and you want me to invest in a highway in the desert? The entire new province will be swallowed up by the desert in less than 2 years. Haven't you read the news?" After Li Zion finished speaking, he pointed at Jiang Chen and said, "Next time you want to cheat people, at least use your brain." Security. After Li Zion finished speaking, Jiang Chen sighed. He knew that the trip had failed, but looking at Li Zion with a look of disgust, Jiang Chen said bluntly, "No need to call security, I can go by myself, but please remember, if you ignore me today, I will make you out of reach tomorrow. Instead of being coaxed out of the house by others, it is better to leave with dignity. After all, the poor are also human beings." Jiang Chen walked towards the door. Li Yiren in the house became anxious. She pointed at Li Zion and shouted, "Dad, he is my classmate after all. Is it appropriate for you to treat him like this?" "Yiren, Dad has always been very accurate in judging people. Stay away from him in the future." "Dad, what can he cheat me of? It's just 1 billion. If you can't afford it, you can just talk about it. Doesn't he want to save face?" After Li Yiren finished speaking, Chairman Li slammed the table and shouted, "Yiren, how old are you? Can't you think about the problem with your brain?" Indeed, in their opinion, Jiang Chen's acting skills were too poor. 1 billion to build a road to the desert was simply a joke. Nowadays, people are afraid of getting close to the desert. Who is willing to go to the desert to build a road? Moreover, it is probably no less than 10 billion to build a rural road now. You say that 1 billion can build a damn highway in the desert. Li Yiren wanted to explain, but 2 security guards had already come in. Li Zion waved his hand and the security guards locked the door. Once the door was locked, Li Yiren could not get out. When Jiang Chen came out of the Mayo Sheng building, he was a little depressed. Yes, 1 billion yuan. This was indeed an untouchable price for him. If I can't attract investment, I'm afraid my scenic spot will end here. Dad, Grandpa, In the distance, the sky was a little gloomy. I don't know how long this sky has lasted, and I don't know how long it will last. There were many people on Financial Avenue. They were dressed in suits and looked like successful people. Jiang Chen looked up and saw huge display screens everywhere on the 2 rows of financial buildings. Advertisements were played on the screens. Jiang Group is recruiting elites from all walks of life. Where is the way out for the desert? Li Xiaoying's lecture will fully provide. Yesterday, China passed the desert control draft. In the future, it will invest heavily in desert transformation companies. From now on, greening 1 square meter of desert will receive a national reward of 10,000 yuan. Desert control draft. Jiang Chen was immediately excited when he saw this rolling news. Yes, Shangjing supported the desert greening company. Then wasn't his scenic spot a desert greening company? Moreover, the reward for greening 1 square meter was 10,000 yuan. His scenic spot was more than several million square meters. So, after calculating the money, is 1 billion still a problem? Thinking of this, Jiang Chen was full of strength. As expected, there is always a way out. Jiang Chen stopped a car and headed straight to the Shangjing Desert Management Bureau. The Shangjing Desert Management Bureau was not far from the financial street. It took less than 20 minutes to get there. After getting off the car, a glass building with more than 30 floors appeared in front of Jiang Chen. Shangjing Desert Management Bureau. This is it. Facing a tall sign, Jiang Chen wiped the sweat from his forehead and walked in. There were very few people in the building. There was a row of service windows in the spacious living room like a bank, but no one was queuing. Jiang Chen walked to a window and sat down. The clerk inside was a sweet looking girl. Hello, what business do you want to handle? Seeing someone coming, the girl showed a professional smile. Hello, I want to apply for a subsidy. I have greened several million square meters in the desert. I'm here to collect the subsidy. Chapter 41, Guaki Bank. A man came into the service hall at some point. He was in his 40s, had a small beard, and wore a black windbreaker. His hair was messy but orderly, a specially designed hairstyle. He looked very Buddhist. He heard that Jiang Chen had greened millions of square meters of desert, and he suddenly became interested. Could this be the anchor who was so popular in the news? So, he didn't go to other windows. He walked straight to stand behind Jiang Chen. In front of the window, the young lady was stunned when she heard Jiang Chen say that he had greened millions of square meters of desert. That's right, the desert is not that easy to manage. A while ago, more than a dozen Fortune 500 companies that focused on desert management went bankrupt, not to mention the young man in front of him. You really greened millions of square meters of sand in the desert. Wait, are you Jiang Chen who loves farming? I've seen your live broadcast, and I like your live broadcast very much. He actually met his fans here. This is really so cool. Yes, that's me. I planted several million square meters of Bermuda grass and desert giant cactus in the desert. How can I get the subsidy? After Jiang Chen finished speaking, the young lady hurriedly opened the latest document and read it. As she read it, she said, Jiang Chen, this document was just downloaded today. I'll check it for you. Okay, you need the real thing, as well as photos, and preferably videos. Videos for a week. After the young lady finished speaking, Jiang Chen was relieved. Yes, he had all of these. When he came from the desert, Jiang Chen also brought Bermuda grass specimens. Don't worry about the photos, he has a lot of them on his phone. Don't worry about the videos for a week, he has them recorded every day on his phone, and they can also be downloaded in the live broadcast room. After Jiang Chen gave the specimens and videos to the young lady seemed very happy. She turned on the computer and clicked on the subsidy system. After logging in, the young lady looked at Jiang Chen and asked, Jiang Chen, tell me your greening address. 100 kilometers south of Mojiang Highway in Mojiang County. After the young lady dragged the coordinates on the map and clicked OK, the system suddenly popped up a message reminder. The positioning is wrong. The location you are positioning is out of China. Please reposition. What's going on? The young lady frowned. She dragged again, but the system still showed that the location was out of China's territory and could not be determined. What's wrong? Jiang Chen couldn't help asking when he saw the young lady frowning. The young lady looked back at Jiang Chen and said, wait, I'll make a call. The young lady picked up the phone and dialed an internal number. The call was connected soon. After she asked for a while, her face became more solemn. Bang! After hanging up the phone, the young lady looked at Jiang Chen helplessly. Jiang Chen suddenly had a bad premonition. I'm sorry, I just confirmed with the director that the location you are positioning belongs to the desert public area according to the regulations of the United States. It does not belong to any country, and of course it does not belong to China, so you cannot receive the subsidy for going to Beijing. Sorry. After the young lady finished speaking, Jiang Chen seemed to hear a thunderbolt that fell on his head with a crash. He was stunned. The place where he planted does not belong to China? Can you confirm it again? It has been confirmed. It is a public desert area, so it's over. It's over. It's fine if we can't get these subsidies. It's not under the jurisdiction of China. Who will protect us in the future? Jiang Chen, do you have anything else to consult? No, thank you. Jiang Chen didn't know how he walked out of the Desert Management Bureau. His head was swollen. Yes, a public desert area. He knew what it meant. It was not managed by any place and was not subject to any legal constraints. In other words, if someone wanted to take advantage of him, his scenic area might become someone else's territory in an instant. Wait, everything has its pros and cons. Since my land is not restricted, if I can protect it, does that mean that the entire desert will be mine? Thinking of this, Jiang Chen suddenly realized that he had a desert farming system. As long as he greened wherever he went, it would be his private territory. At that time, he could build houses and grasslands in his territory without restraint. He could do whatever he wanted. He would be the king of the desert. Thinking of this, Jiang Chen became excited again. Lei Hao, young man, can we chat? Outside the Shangjing Desert Management Bureau, Jiang Chen turned around and saw the middle-aged man who had just lined up behind him running out. The middle-aged man was dressed casually and looked kind. Jiang Chen nodded. I'm the director of Guaki Bank. This is my business card. I can provide you with loan services. Are you interested? Jiang Chen took the business card. The black business card had his name on it. Gan Yaowei, chairman of Guaki Bank. Phone. Can you lend me 1 billion? Jiang Chen didn't want to waste time. After all, he was very busy and didn't have time to talk nonsense. 1 billion is a small amount. 2 billion is a problem, but it needs collateral. Brother, are you interested? If you are interested, let's go to the coffee shop over there to talk. Gan Yaowei wanted to invite Jiang Chen to sit in the Starbucks across the street, but Jiang Chen didn't move because he couldn't get used to the coffee. Let's talk here. I like to be direct. I want to borrow 2 billion from your bank. What can I use as collateral? Jiang Chen is a pauper now. The most valuable thing he has is his 2 kidneys, but that is not worth less than 10 billion. Gan Yaowei is a veteran after all. He looked around and pointed to the small park in front of the administration bureau and said, let's go sit there. The two of them sat down next to the benches in the small park. Gan Yaowei looked at Jiang Chen and said, I can lend you 2 billion. However, from what I heard just now, your scenic spot is abroad, so the procedures will be a bit troublesome. It's not a problem. All I need is yuan. You can transfer it directly to my bank card. Just tell me what collateral you need. If it's suitable, it doesn't matter if the interest rate is a bit higher. Anyway, Jiang Chen has plenty of opportunities to make money. Okay, since you are so straightforward, I will say it straight. 2 billion is not a small amount. Ordinary banks will definitely not lend money to you, a little kid, but we at Guaki Bank dare to do so. However, this is also risky, so you must use your scenic spot as collateral. What do you think, brother? Gan Yaowei was attracted by Jiang Chen's scenic spot. He knew that the scenic spot might not be particularly useful to Jiang Chen, but in the hands of capitalists like them, it is a natural treasure. Use my scenic spot as collateral? Yes. How much is the interest? It's a piece of cake, 8 million a month, and it will be paid off in 10 years. After Gan Yaowei finished speaking, Jiang Chen thought about it. 8 million in interest, and the principal must be paid back 17 million a month, which adds up to 25 million. Well, with my current ability, Jiang Chen wanted to refuse, but in a flash, he thought, that's not right. If I refuse, where can I get so much money? If I fail to complete the task, the system will not open more seeds. Without seeds, I can't complete the task, so this is a vicious cycle. I spent more than 30 million to build this scenic spot. Even if I can't pay it back by then, I can just give it up. Excluding the 1 billion I spent on road construction, I still have 10 billion left. I can still make a comeback with this 10 billion. How about giving it a try? If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelos. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 42. You've offended a big shot. Jiang Chen thought for a while, since life is like this, why not take a bold risk? What if the road is built, the system will unlock villa seeds, and he can sell villas? Wouldn't he make a fortune? Exclamation mark. So, in the park, Jiang Chen stretched out his hand. Mr. Gan, I'm willing to cooperate with you. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Gan Yaoi smiled. I like brothers like Lei who are straightforward. No matter what the result is, you will make money. We will win-win. By the way, brother, I have to explain in advance that, if you can't repay the loan for 3 consecutive months, I'm afraid we will have to take back your land in Mojiang. Okay. Jiang Chen agreed without hesitation. This is indeed risky, but as long as the road is built, he can complete the task by selling roses. In the future, he will wait for the money earned from live broadcasting to pay it back. Let's go to a certain bank to sign the agreement. When can I get the money? I'll give you the money as soon as the agreement is signed. Thank you. This is the best way. Jiang Chen said and sat in Gan Yao's Rolls Royce to go to Guaki Bank. After crossing the wide damming street and turning around the second ring road, Jiang Chen arrived at the Shangjing World Trade Center. The World Trade Center also has a financial street where many large trading companies and large international banks gather. This is their base. After getting off the car, Guaki Bank is very magnificent. Its headquarters is located in the most conspicuous building in the World Trade Center. The building has more than 60 floors. The design of a spiral building is very unique. Jiang Chen followed Gan Yaoi into the building. There are hundreds of windows on the first floor of the building. The people entering and leaving the lobby are all dressed in suits and look very successful. After Gan Yaoi went in first, the security guard stopped Jiang Chen. I'm sorry, this is Guaki Bank. Those who are not dressed properly are not allowed to enter. I want to do business. You can't do business. This is not a place for people like you. This is Guaki Bank. Whether it is a deposit or a loan, the minimum amount is 1 million, so. The security guard was very polite. The lobby manager in black stockings came over from a distance. When she saw the security guard talking to Jiang Chen, she scolded the security guard. Why are you so polite to him? Get him out. Really, if the guests see this, will our bank still be able to handle it? The lobby manager was a woman in her 30s, who still had charm. She had a good figure, with a protruding front and a round back, and an oval face. She was quite delicate. Indeed, she was right. Guaki Bank was one of the top 10 super banks in China. More importantly, Guaki Bank was a symbol of status. Not everyone could come to Guaki Bank to do business. They only served large enterprises and super rich second generations. Of course, if you have the power, you can do it, but those below the deputy county magistrate should not come to do business. They will not entertain them at all. Jiang Chen in front of him was wearing desert clothes, which were a bit dirty, to put it bluntly. Except for his face, he was no different from a beggar. After the lobby manager finished speaking, the security guard puffed out his chest like a dog seeing its master, and shouted at Jiang Chen, "You, get out quickly, or don't blame me for beating you." After the security guard finished speaking, a few people came to the door. A man in his 40s with pock marks on his face, came in with a girl in her 20s. The girl was pretty, with almond eyes and thin eyebrows. She was wearing a dye-printed long dress, revealing her white thighs. She looked at Jiang Chen with disdain, and started to act coquettishly with the old man beside her. "Hubby, Humph, didn't you say we were going to the best bank? This place is so good, that even beggars can come here. I don't want to save money here. When the woman acted coquettishly, Jiang Chen smelled the scent of a slutty fox. You guys, what's wrong? Isn't this the Guaki Bank? You're still open to beggars? Where's the manager? Are you still going to let rich people like us do business? After the pockmarked old man finished speaking, the lobby manager bowed his head like a dog and said with a smile, Mr. Wang, I'm sorry. The beggar next door has gone to the wrong place. Get him out immediately. Get him out immediately. After the lobby manager finished speaking, the slutty fox was still acting coquettishly in the pockmarked man's arms. Humph, don't deposit money here. There are beggars. It stinks. Jiang Chen was very puzzled. You are here to do business, and I'm here to do business too. I don't mind that you are slutty, but you think I stink. Get out. The security guard lit up his baton as he spoke. Jiang Chen sighed. It would be better not to stay in a place like this. Okay. Goodbye. I'll say goodbye to Mr. Gan. Mr. Gan, I'm leaving. Jiang Chen shouted to Gan Yaoi, who was about to reach the elevator. Gan Yaoi turned around and found that Jiang Chen didn't follow him. He hurriedly turned around to look for Jiang Chen, but when he saw Jiang Chen was stopped by the security guard, Gan Yaoi was furious. The security guard at the door waved his baton and was about to hit Jiang Chen. He shouted while hitting him, "Fuck, are you leaving or not? Did you call Mr. Gan? You stinky beggar. Get out of here." The baton didn't hit him after all. A pair of thugs grabbed the baton. The security guard was about to start scolding, but when he turned around and saw that unkempt face, he was instantly scared. Darn, Chairman. You're fired. Chairman, I'm sorry. I won't let beggars like this in again, in the future. The lobby manager in the distance was also panicked, and the vixen covered her nose and said, "Husband, it's stinky." "Shut up. You are the one who looks down on others. Do you know who this is? This is my most important customer. Why don't you apologize to me?" Gan Yaoi was very annoyed, and the lobby manager over there was also dumbfounded. Not only him, but even Mr. Wang was stunned. You know, Gan Yaoi is the chairman of Guaki Bank. Even the mayor would have to bow his head when he saw him. I'm sorry. I didn't recognize a great man. I'm sorry. No, it's my fault. I'm a beggar who went to the wrong place and stained your floor. I'm sorry. Jiang Chen turned around and left. The lobby manager was about to cry. He had offended the chairman's important guest. Don't go. I'm a beggar. The floor stained your feet. I'll wipe it for you. The lobby manager had never yielded like this before. She was usually so arrogant that she didn't even bother to look at the rich second generation. Now she ran over and started to wipe Jiang Chen's shoes. It must be said that Jiang Chen's shoes were indeed very dirty. When he came, he accidentally stepped on camel shit. The lobby manager almost vomited while wiping. The security guard also ran over and grabbed Jiang Chen's other shoe and started to wipe it. He stretched out his hand and directly knocked off a piece of camel shit. He was also disgusted and almost vomited. Let's not talk about this. When Mr. Wang saw Gan Yaoi coming, he suddenly put down his high-handed attitude and greeted him like a husky. Director Gan, long time no see. I need a loan for my project, please. Aren't you here to save money? How can I save any money? Director Gan, you are just joking, you naughty boy. Director Wang's pockmarked face looked even more disgusting when he smiled. The slutty fox over there saw that Director Wang said he had no money. She felt embarrassed in front of Jiang Chen. She pointed at the pockmarked face and shouted angrily, Didn't you say you came here to save money to buy me a villa? Who is she? I don't know her. I just saw her at the door. She saw that I had money and she shamelessly wanted me to fuck her. I wouldn't even bother to fuck a woman like that. Chapter 43. Get 2 billion. After Mr. Wang finished speaking, everyone in the hall looked at the pretty woman. The woman was so embarrassed that she threw her arms and ran out crying. When she passed by Jiang Chen, she wanted to pinch her nose, but the pockmarked face slapped her and knocked her to the ground. Fuck, you stinky bitch, pinch your fucking nose. Do you know how fragrant Mr. Gan's friends are? You fucking can never lick such a stinky bitch in your whole life. Do you know that? Jiang Chen smelled himself. Was he fragrant? Not fragrant, but because he knew Mr. Gan, no matter how stinky she was fragrant. In this society, your loan will be approved tomorrow. After the pockmarked face knocked over the vixen, Gan Yaoi saw Jiang Chen smile, and his heart was relieved. Thank you, Mr. Gan. Thank you, Mr. Gan. And thank you, young man. Come to Silipo to find me when you have time. Tell me my name is Wang Mazi. Remember to tell me my name is Wang Mazi. The pockmarked face kept bowing to Jiang Chen while talking. The vixen over there covered her face and cried and ran out. The pockmarked face didn't care about her. After all, as long as he got the loan from Guaki Bank, he could find no matter how beautiful a woman he was. Mr. Jiang, let's go upstairs to talk. Okay. Since the lobby manager and the vixen who laughed at him got the punishment they deserved, Jiang Chen didn't pursue it any further, so he followed Gan Yaoi to the VIP elevator. After Jiang Chen and the others left, the long-legged lobby manager plopped down on the ground and retched. The security guard handed her a piece of paper, but she slapped him aside. Taking the elevator, Jiang Chen went all the way to the 33rd floor. When the elevator opened, it was a bright sight. The 33rd floor was a large office. Many men in army suits sat on chairs and looked at the contracts in their hands anxiously. There were also several people queuing in front of the window. Those who could come here were all VIPs among VIPs. Let's go and sign the contract, Mr. Jiang. To be honest, only our Guaki Bank dares to lend you money. The two walked out of the elevator. The secretary was ready at the elevator door. She was a tall secretary with long curly brown hair and a light and elegant scent of Channel perfume. Director Gan, the contract is ready. Please come over here. The secretary's voice was very pleasant. Jiang Chen nodded and walked towards the super VIP room not far away. As soon as Jiang Chen walked to the door of the VIP room, a group of people in the hall greeted him with envious eyes. Fuck, who has such a big face? Director Gan is serving in person. Is he the minister's son? The discussion soon disappeared outside the door. The super VIP room was a different world. The floor-to-ceiling windows overlooked the bustling streets of the World Trade Center. Inside the room, there were leather sofas, Persian carpets, and Apple computers. Every place was extremely noble, especially the fish tank opposite the mahogany office. The crystal fish tank also kept $2 million golden arana. Hello, Chairman. I have prepared the contract. Please take a look. In the room, Manager Ma handed the printed contract to Director Gan. Director Gan nodded and handed it to Jiang Chen. Jiang Chen sat on the leather sofa and read the contract from beginning to end. After reading it, he nodded and said, okay. Manager Ma handed over a pen. Jiang Chen signed his name on the contract. After signing his name, Gan Yaoi also signed his name. After signing the contract, Manager Ma handed over a bank card opened with Jiang Chen's ID card. Just as Jiang Chen was reading the contract, Manager Ma handed the card to Jiang Chen. 2 billion has been clocked in. Do you want to check it? No, I received a text message on my mobile phone. After taking the money, Jiang Chen wanted to return to the desert as soon as possible. After all, the sooner he went back, the sooner the road could be repaired. As long as the road could be repaired, he could sell the roses all over the mountains through live broadcast. So when Director Gan wanted to invite Jiang Chen to have dinner together, Jiang Chen refused him, even though there were people in the world who wanted to have dinner with Director Gan who could circle the World Trade Center 3 times. After leaving Guaki Bank, Jiang Chen walked towards the airport. It was already noon, and Jiang Chen wanted to take the next flight to Xin Province. Before he arrived at the airport, his phone rang. Jiang Chen took out his phone. It was Li Yiren calling. Hello. Jiang Chen, I'm sorry. My dad is like that. Don't bother with him. I've already sneaked out of the company. I'll find you wherever you are. Li Yiren looked very guilty. Nothing. I'm going back to Mojiang Desert. At the airport, right? Wait for me. I'll be there soon. After hanging up the phone, Jiang Chen looked up at the sky in the distance. The sky was so grey that it was hard to tell whether it was morning or afternoon. It was unknown how long this weather had lasted, and it was unknown how long it would last. The next flight to Xin Province would take off at 5 in the morning of the next day. It was still early, so Jiang Chen made an appointment with Li Yiren to go to the university instead. In the evening, Tsinghua University and Peking University were shrouded in twilight. It was about to get dark, and after school, the college road was filled with youthful students. Jiang Chen met Li Yiren at Mengbian, a famous fast food restaurant in Shangjing. The cost here is very high, and a meal can easily cost thousands. At table number 6, the simple pure wooden rounded corner chairs were covered with silk cushions. The lights were a little dim, and the melodious sound of pianos rang around. Jiang Chen, come and sit here. Li Yiren had been waiting for a long time. She was wearing a channel beige trench coat, which was the most popular at the moment. She wore a channel pink shirt underneath the trench coat, which made her look a bit ladylike. Jiang Chen walked over to sit opposite Li Yiren. As soon as he sat down, Jiang Chen smelled the unique smell of Li Yiren. Squad leader, I'll treat you to this meal. Thank you for bringing me to Shangjing. No, I'll treat you. You didn't get anything done when you came here. I have to make up for it. By the way, Jiang Chen, I've called my aunt. If you are free tomorrow, I'll take you to see her. Li Yiren was a little apologetic. Under the lights, her angular features looked very beautiful, especially her eyes, which were as clear as the starry sky. Jiang Chen lowered his head. The person in front of him was from a different world from him. Jiang Chen really didn't want to owe her too much. No, the money is enough. I came here today just to say thank you. Really, it's okay. My aunt loves me very much. Although she can't give you 1 billion, but, oh, who did I think it was? Isn't this our school beauty Li Yiren? Why, which rich young man are you having dinner with today? A very rough voice sounded in the distance. Jiang Chen knew that the person was not friendly when he heard the voice. If he guessed correctly, it must be Zunhao, one of the 4 young masters of Tsinghua University and Peking University. Zunhao's father is a wealthy businessman in Jingnan City. It is said that he is in the tourism industry and has a fortune of tens of billions. In Tsinghua University and Peking University, Zunhao is a famous rich young man. He never asks how much money he spends. He is very generous, but at the same time he is also a very petty person. He will take revenge for any slight. He especially likes the school beauty Li Yiren. He also pursued Li Yiren, but after being rejected, he prepared to take revenge on Li Yiren. However, he learned that Li Yiren was with Zhu Chang. Zhu Chang was one of the 4 young masters of Shangjing, and his family could not afford to offend him with their limited assets, so he had to give up in disgrace. For this, he was ridiculed by the other 3 young masters for a long time. Chapter 44. If you don't pretend you'll die. In Mengbian, Jiang Chen didn't want to see Zunhao, so he picked up the menu to cover himself. Unexpectedly, another voice sounded, and this voice was very familiar. Hey, isn't this Jiang Chen? What are you doing here instead of working in the hospital? A waiter? You're sitting in the wrong place. Jiang Chen knew it was his fellow villager Jiang Qian from the voice. Jiang Qian was also a very pretty girl, like a girl next door. Jiang Chen always thought she was the purest person in the world, so he secretly pursued her, but was rejected. Today's luck is really bad. Zunhao walked to Jiang Chen's side. He grabbed Jiang Chen's menu and let Jiang Chen show his face. Zunhao was domineering, but his appearance was indeed ordinary, even worse than Zhu Chang. Oh, you are Qian's fellow villager. You pursued Qian? Jiang Chen didn't say anything. After all, less trouble is worse than more trouble. He didn't want to make news in China. After all, his identity was not ordinary now. Why, you're silent. You're really a toad wanting to eat swan meat. Do you think you can pursue someone as beautiful as Zixi? Zunhao, don't go too far. Seeing Zunhao insulting Jiang Chen like this, Li Yiren refused. After all, he was the one he invited. This Zunhao was too disrespectful to him. Seeing that Li Yiren was angry, Zunhao raised a smug smile on his face. He reached out from his clothes and took out his wallet, then took out 10 yuan and threw it on Jiang Chen's head in public. It's none of your business. Jiang Chen, I heard from Zixi that you have a terminal illness. I didn't donate last time. Now that I have met you, and you are from the same hometown as Zixi, I will donate 10 yuan to you. Hurry up and use it to treat the disease. You. Li Yiren slapped the table and stood up. More and more people gathered around. Most of the people who came to Mengbiyuan were students from Tsinghua University and Peking University. Many of them knew Li Yiren and Zhan Xiao, so they also started to talk about it. Isn't this Jiang Chen? Isn't he very poor? How can he have money to come here? Did he use donations? Needless to say, he must have cheated Li Yiren's money. People like him are begging for sympathy everywhere, just because he is about to die. That's right, if he wasn't shameless, how could he eat the food in Mengbiyuan? You have to know that this meal costs several thousand. Such a poor guy can't afford it in his lifetime. Zhan Xiao is still domineering. I like him just by looking at him. This Jiang Chen is really rubbish. Poor people still come here to eat. You haven't eaten it before. I heard that he hasn't even eaten meat. Last time I saw him rummaging through the trash can for something to eat. How disgusting. Jiang Chen didn't say anything. He didn't pick up the 10 yuan on the ground. He was very calm. He just picked up the menu on the table and stretched out his hand to call the waiter. I don't want to get involved. Today I just want to treat Li Yiren to a meal. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Zhan Xiao and the others burst into laughter. Zhan Xiao pointed to the menu and said, "Okay, you have money. Do you know what Yiren likes to eat? He hasn't been to a poor restaurant. How does he know what to eat?" Jiang Qian hugged her shoulders and leaned against Zhan Xiao and spoke. Zhan Xiao stretched out his hand and put the key of the Audi jogging car on the table. He walked to Jiang Chen, took the menu, and said to the waiter, "1 serving of Buddha jumps over the wall, and 1 serving of this abalone and this bird's nest. In addition, there are these. Order them all. By the way, the school beauty has a high taste. Let's have a bottle of 1982 Lafite." After Zhan Xiao finished speaking, Li Yiren frowned. These things added up to hundreds of thousands. Isn't Zhan Xiao deliberately embarrassing Jiang Chen? "I'm not hungry, Jiang Chen. Let's go. Let's go somewhere else to eat." After Li Yiren finished speaking, she stretched out her hand to pull Jiang Chen. Her hands were a little cool, very delicate and smooth. "Are you going to order or not?" The waiter was getting a little impatient. After all, Jiang Chen was dressed so poorly that he couldn't even afford to order a few hundred yuan worth of dishes. It was a waste of time to be here. If you can't afford it, get out. "Waiter, we want this table," Zhan Xiao said with a triumphant smile on his face. He put away the keys to his Audi sports car, and the waiter handed over the menu attentively. Jiang Qian looked at Li Yiren and said smugly, "Why, are you still hanging around here? Get up. What's your vision? You want something I don't want. You're really hungry and don't care about food." After Jiang Qian finished speaking, Jiang Chen sighed. Would people in this world die if they don't show off? Just what he said. "Oh, by the way, 2 servings. I'll treat both of them. After all, we are from the same hometown, even though he's blind." Jiang Chen finished speaking, and Li Yiren pulled his arm and said, "Let's go. We won't eat anymore. Let them eat if they want. If you can't afford it, leave now. You've embarrassed yourself in Dream Courtyard." "Oh, classmates, this Jiang Chen is from the same hometown as my girlfriend. He has a terminal illness. Come on, donate some money for his medical treatment." After Zhan Xiao finished speaking, a group of people laughed. "Sit down." Jiang Chen had never said it so firmly. Li Yiren sighed and sat down. She had to earn Jiang Chen's face today. At worst, she would sign her father's IOU when paying the bill later. After Li Yiren sat down, Zhan Xiao and others applauded. Zhan Xiao pointed at the waiter and said, "Okay, serve them. I'll remind you in advance that this is a terminally ill patient in our school. You'd better charge first." Zhan Xiao and Jiang Qian sat there waiting to see Jiang Chen's joke, especially Jiang Qian, who was the most vain. Now that she had the opportunity to laugh at Jiang Chen and make fun of Zhan Xiao, how could she miss it? "That's right, after dinner, you'll stay here to work for the rest of your life. Why are you pretending? If you have the guts, pay now and let everyone see. Since you've invited the school beauty, how can you chase her without a little money? That's right, pay first, pay first." A group of wealthy students around also shouted. Jiang Chen sat very calmly. Li Yiren lowered her head and tried to shove a bank card into Jiang Chen's hands, but Jiang Chen didn't take it. "I don't have cash. Can I swipe the card? I don't have the password." After Jiang Chen finished speaking, he took out the bank card that Gan Yaoli had given him from his shabby clothes. The moment the bank card was taken out, a group of people were stunned. Oh my god, wait, a black card from Guaki Bank? Hahaha, am I seeing things? Sun Xiao grabbed Jiang Chen's bank card and burst into laughter. Even Li Yiran lowered her head in embarrassment. Swipe the card, Jiang Chen said again. The waiter looked at Jiang Chen and then at the card. She didn't reach out to take it. Do you have any other cards? The waiter was also a little contemptuous. After all, this card. Jiang Chen, are you really stupid, or are you just pretending to be stupid? Only someone like me can get a card from Guaki Bank. Even my father is not qualified to get a black card from Guaki Bank. Do you have one? You are pretending. Sun Xiao wanted to slap Jiang Chen as he spoke, but Jiang Chen grabbed him. After Jiang Chen took the black card from him, he threw him away. Jiang Chen was very strong. Although he only swung it lightly, Sun Xiao got under the table like a paperman. Swipe the card. Do you want to do business? Jiang Chen said. Seeing how capable Jiang Chen was, the waitress stretched out her hand and took the card to swipe it. While swiping the card, she was still cursing. I'll see how you'll get out of this business if you can't swipe it later. Chapter 45. Nigger. The front desk was very close, and everyone's eyes were drawn to it. The waiter took the card and swiped more than 400,000 yuan with a beep. Everyone was stunned when they saw the paper for swiping the card was quickly printed out. Oh my god, it's really a black card of Guaki Bank? Who is he? The 4 young masters of Tsinghua University and Peking University can't get a black card of Guaki Bank. Is this person a super rich second generation? I'm afraid his net worth is more than 2 billion. Really strong. Sun Xiao, who had just climbed up from under the table, was dumbfounded. His face was still aching. Jiang Qian, who had been vying for the position of school beauty, was also stunned for a moment. It's really swiped out. Could it be that I missed the billionaire? Jiang Qian was completely dumbfounded. When the card was swiped out, the manager of Mengbiyuan rushed out of the office in a hurry. Because he ran in a hurry, he even ran away with his shoes. He ran to Jiang Chen barefoot. Dear Mr. Jiang, welcome to our restaurant. I was not able to come out to entertain you just now. Really, I'll treat you to dinner today. The 1982 Lafite has been served. Also, clear the place. We are closed to the public today. After the manager finished speaking, 5 or 6 security guards hurriedly came out to clear the place. Jiang Chen didn't know why the manager was so polite. He just had a meal worth 400,000 yuan. No, we are all classmates. No, how can these rubbish be worthy of having dinner with you? A group of students who thought they were noble were called rubbish by the manager. At this moment, their self-esteem was shattered. And Sun Xiao, he had eaten so many meals in Mengbiyuan, but he had never seen the manager treat people like this. Then clear the place. Jiang Chen's voice was very low, but at this moment it exploded in their ears like thunder. Clear the place. Clear the place. Several security guards grabbed Sun Xiao on the ground and threw him out. No matter if you are one of the 4 young masters of Tsinghua University or a wealthy businessman in southern Beijing, you are nothing in front of the black card users of Guaki Bank. After Sun Xiao and Jiang Qian were thrown out, the sound of 2 people arguing outside the door soon came. You said you are capable. If it weren't for you, I would have been with Jiang Chen a long time ago. You slut. You blame me for your lack of taste? Who are you talking about as a slut? Without you, how could Jiang Chen like Li Yi? I said you are a slut. Why don't you take a piss and look at yourself? How can a black card user like you? The quarrels continued, but at this moment, the lights in Mengbiyuan were turned off and candles were lit in the hall. The candlelight dinner was elegant and quiet. Jiang Chen had thought about having a candlelight dinner with Li Yi countless times, but he didn't expect that it would come true now. Looking at Li Yi with a happy face, Jiang Chen felt that all this was unreal. Buddha jumps over the wall was served, and the fragrance was intoxicating. Jiang Chen, did you really get the investment? Yes. How much? 2 billion. Wow. I'm so proud of you. I knew you could do it. Jiang Chen, keep going. I believe there will be a day when my dad can't afford you. I hope so. The candlelight flickered, and Jiang Chen never picked up his chopsticks. He just watched Li Yi eat alone. Li Yi had eaten countless Buddha jumps over the wall, but this time, she felt that it was the most delicious she had ever eaten, although it was indeed not very authentic. At night, when they came out of Mengdian, it was already dark, and the neon lights on Zuoan Road were just coming on. The prosperous Shangjing looked like a paradise on earth. You have a flight tomorrow, and it's still early now. If you treat me to a meal, then I'll treat you to a drink at the bar. The bars in Shangjing are very famous. Almost everyone who comes to Shangjing will choose to go to the bar to experience the different atmosphere. Jiang Chen has never been to the bar, but he is happy today, so Jiang Chen decided to take a look. If we talk about the best bars in Shangjing, we have to mention Silipo. Silipo is the place where the most bars in Shangjing are concentrated. There are many stars here, and the most famous bar in Silipo is the Moon Over the River Bar. Moon Over the River Bar is located by the Shangjing River, covering several hundred square meters. At night, the street scene is full of neon lights, and the Shangjing people in bright clothes flock to the river bar in groups. When Jiang Chen arrived at the place, although it was only 7 o'clock in the evening, the parking spaces in front of the bar were already full. Jiang Chen saw a lot of sports cars parked at the door. There is no doubt that those who can come here are rich people. Of course, Li Yiren is also rich. Walking into the bar, the decoration of the bar is unusually luxurious. There are tables under the huge decorative trees, and the tables are already full of people. There is a stage in the middle of the hall. The stage is not very big, but the singing girl's voice is very nice. Here, I sit in this corner every time I come here. It was a very quiet corner. Li Yiren ordered a bottle of red wine. The two of them quietly listened to the girl singing on the stage. Before the song was over, a scream suddenly came from the stage, which quickly attracted the attention of a group of people. What are you doing? Oh shit, what a sexy little ass. Oh, yeah, come on, happy. Two black men came on the stage at some point. They were very tall. They wore jeans with holes and baseball caps, a bit like hip hop singers. However, they were very rude when they were on the stage. What are you doing? The girl singing on the stage had delicate makeup. She was not too tall, had a sweet look, and had big bright eyes. She looked very much like the Chinese star Lin Yun. Compared with Li Yiren, she looked like a cute girl next door. Indeed, she wore a plaid skirt and a ponytail, and really looked like a big girl next door. Oh, I don't understand. Let's dance together. A thin black man with a long face said this, and reached out to pull the girl next door. Seeing this, several guitarists on the stage were frightened, and left the stage. There were many people around, but no one went up to stop them. Bang! The girl slapped the black man hard, and the black man immediately got angry. He stretched out his hand and slapped the girl next door off the stage. The girl fell to the ground, and the people around laughed. Shit, cousin, drink. The two black men held the bottle, and drank on the stage. After finishing a bottle of red wine, the black man held the bottle and smashed it towards the girl next door. With a clang, the bottle broke into pieces. The girl lay on the ground and cried, and it was very quiet around. Is this still China? So many grown men are laughing at their compatriots being bullied. Haha, so pitiful. The girl next door on the ground raised her head. Her eyes were so clear. She looked very much like Jiang Qian, whom Jiang Chen had a crush on for many years. Jiang Chen had been wondering why he had just smashed the glass bottle. Was it because of justice? Not entirely. He once thought that the singer was the pure Jiang Qian back then. Thank you. Damn, you're still a hero saving a beautiful woman. I see this guy's wearing so tattered clothes. He must be her boyfriend. Damn, it turns out that poor people only deserve poor people. You pretend to be pure on the stage every day. Let's see how you end up today. What's going on today? Did the security guard at the door eat shit? How can you let in the rags? There were discussions around, and Li Yiren walked over from a distance. She stretched out her hand to pull up the girl and said, "Are you okay?" "No, thank you." The girl stood up. After she finished speaking, her face was burning with pain. A trace of blood flowed from the corner of her tender mouth, and there was a huge slap on her cheek. Chapter 46. The girl next door follows me. Oh shit, damn it, take care of him. The two black guys on the stage walked towards the audience while talking. The nosy rich second generation around hurriedly pulled away the tables, and they also applauded. Looking at this group of people, Jiang Chen suddenly thought of Lu Xun. He sighed and shook his head, and pushed Li Yiren and the girl away. This is China. Please leave. Jiang Chen is not a nationalist. He is just doing what he should do. The owner of the bar came over. He was about to get angry, but a young man took off his shoes and threw them on his head. The bar owner turned around angrily. He was about to curse, but when he turned his head and looked at the person who hit him, he immediately wilted again. It's none of your business, get out of the way. After the young man said that, the bar owner quickly retreated. There were many people watching the show. Two black guys jumped off the stage. They attacked Jiang Chen from the front and the back. The two black men were nearly 2 meters tall, and Jiang Chen looked much shorter in front of them. Go, get him. A black man said as he waved his fist to teach Jiang Chen a lesson. His fist was like a bowl and brought a gust of wind. Jiang Chen, get out of the way. Li Yi shouted. Everyone thought Jiang Chen would get out of the way, but he didn't. Bang. Jiang Chen punched hard. His punch was faster, steadier and more fierce. After a cracking sound, the black man seemed to have hit a stone with his fist. In an instant, his knuckles were broken into dregs. Shit, my hand can't move. Seeing this, another black man kicked at Jiang Chen. If he was kicked by this huge kick, Jiang Chen would be crippled if not dead. Jiang Chen, get out of the way. Let's call the police. Jiang Chen didn't get out of the way. He stretched out his hand to grab the black man's kicking foot. Then he punched hard. There was a cracking sound. The black man's leg was instantly broken. Shit, oh, shit, my leg is broken, shit. The black man fell to the ground instantly, holding his leg and shouting non-stop. With 2 moves, he knocked down the 2 tall black men to the ground. Someone around him clapped his hands, and then there was a sparse applause around him. He couldn't listen to the music any longer. Jiang Chen patted the dirt off his body and looked at the little girl on the ground and said, don't come to places like bars in the future. Jiang Chen had just finished speaking when a rough voice rang out from the crowd. If you don't come, you will support her. After the man finished speaking, the crowd quickly made way like water waves. Jiang Chen raised his head and saw a man standing up from the private room on the 2nd floor. The man was not very tall, wearing a black leather jacket, brown leather shoes, and a mustache on his head. He looked a little cool. Zhu Chang? This man was none other than Zhu Chang, one of the 4 young masters of Beijing. Zhu Chang leaned on the railing and looked at Jiang Chen. He glanced at Li Yiren again and sneered. You are so good at fighting, Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee, you can't save her. Let me tell you, she owes me 500,000. If she doesn't pay me back today, I will kill her tonight. Don't you like to be a hero and save the beauty? Haha, come on, redeem her, she is yours, come on. After Zhu Chang finished speaking, a burst of laughter rang out around them. That's right, this poor guy in front of him, let alone 500,000, he wouldn't be dressed so shabbily if he could take out 20,000 yuan. Hey, Bruce Lee, redeem her. You don't have money, damn. You loser also want to come to Jiang'ai Open to pick up girls. Don't you know how much you are worth? Hey, you can beat up a black man, so what? Can't you save her? If you can't save her, the little beauty will belong to Master Zhu tonight. Master Zhu has great skills. It's a blessing to be able to enjoy being under Master Zhu's crotch. A group of people laughed, and some even threw slippers at Jiang Chen. Jiang Chen was very disappointed. When facing foreign enemies, they were as flattering as dogs, but when facing their compatriots, they were as ferocious as tigers. Jiang Chen really wanted to beat these people to death one by one. Enough of you. Li Yiren yelled, and soon the bar became quiet. Most people here knew Li Yiren. She was the one pursued by Master Zhu, and most of the rich second generations here also followed Master Zhu's lead. Hey, isn't this Li Yiren? How come you don't like our Master Zhu, and you like this poor loser? Oh, the campus beauties of Peking University and Tsinghua University have heavy tastes. Such a poor person, she is not even enough for Master Zhu to lick chicken chops. a group of people began to humiliate Jiang Chen again, and Zhu Chang was very proud by the fence on the second floor. Jiang Chen ignored others. He walked to the girl next door. He stretched out his hand. He wanted to pull her up. "Don't worry about me. Go away. You can't save me." The girl lowered her head. Her face was a little red and swollen, but even so, you can still see her youth and beauty. "Why do you owe them money?" My mother is in the hospital. I can't help it." The girl lowered her head after speaking. If she was not forced by life, who would borrow usury? Jiang Chen thought of himself. He and her had the same life. A month ago, he was still lying in bed, but at that time, no one was willing to borrow usury for him. At the same time, they were both wanderers in the world, and Jiang Chen wanted to help her. After all, who made her look so much like the person he liked? "Is your mother okay?" "She passed away." "Me too. Promise me, starting tomorrow, you'll leave Shangjing." Jiang Chen finished speaking, and Zhu Chang took off his other shoe and smashed it on Jiang Chen's head. "Damn it, you can leave, if you say so. I haven't settled the score with you in the desert yet. If you dare to come to Jiangaihupan today, I'll kill you. If I don't, then I won't be called Zhu." After Zhu Chang finished speaking, everyone knew that Jiang Chen would not be able to leave today without losing half his life. In the hall, Jiang Chen reached out to catch the camel leather shoes that Zhu Chang threw at him. The leather shoes were a bit soft, and this pair of leather shoes cost tens of thousands of yuan. "If you don't have the surname Zhu, I don't mind if you have the same surname as me." After Jiang Chen finished speaking, he threw the leather shoes to the ground fiercely, and the people around him took a breath of cold air. At this time, he still messed with Master Zhu. Could it be that this kid had some unfathomable background? Jiang Chen didn't have any background, but because of the system, he had some power. "You are looking for death. I came from the dead. If I'm afraid of death, I'm not Jiang Chen. Anyway, he has died once, so why should he be afraid?" A dozen security guards rushed to the first floor. What Jiang Chen didn't know was that Jianghupan was one of the properties under Zhu Xiao's name, so the security guards here listened to him. A dozen security guards rushed in with batons. Zhu Chang also slid down the ladder from the second floor, but when he was about to land, his hand slipped accidentally. With a click, he sprained his leg. "It hurts." Zhu Chang fell to the ground with his teeth bared. Two security guards lifted him onto the table. Jiang Chen wanted to laugh, but Zhu Chang pointed at Jiang Chen and shouted, "Beat him to death. Whoever beats him to death, I will give him 1 million. After Zhu Chang shouted, Li Yiren pulled Jiang Chen to leave. Jiang Chen did not move. Today's matter must be resolved before he will leave. You can't beat them. After Li Yiren said this, a security guard rushed over and greeted Jiang Chen's head with a baton. If this baton hit Jiang Chen, the back of his head would definitely be broken. Seeing that the opponent was ready to kill him, Jiang Chen was not polite. He kicked the man on his back and fell to the ground. The guy fell to the ground and did not move, like a dead dog. Those who could work as security guards at Jiangaihupan were all martial artists with strong legs and feet. When they saw Jiang Chen knock one down with one kick, they were stunned for a moment, but then 5 or 6 of them attacked Jiang Chen together. Jiang Chen lifted up a table with his hand and swung the table in his hand and smashed it on the head of a security guard with a bang. A hole was instantly smashed on the tabletop, and the security guard's head began to bleed. A security guard's electric baton came towards Jiang Chen, and Jiang Chen kicked him on the head again and again. The kick directly stepped on his head and hit it on the thick floor. Chapter 47. The Conspiracy Behind Guaki Bank. Jiang Chen never thought that he would be so agile. Perhaps it was because he ate the grass and drank the water in the desert. Moreover, he spent money to extend his life on the system, so the system would naturally strengthen his body. After knocking down several security guards in a row, the other security guards dared not move. That's right, Jiang Chen's moves were clean and deadly. No one was knocked down by him in 2 moves. Damn it, go up and fight. The rich second generations who were watching the excitement from a distance also revealed horrified expressions. They would never believe that Jiang Chen was so good at fighting. If it weren't for Zhu Xiao telling them in advance, they would have thought that Jiang Chen was a lay disciple of Shaolin. If they beat them to a pulp, you will be beaten to death if you come again. Jiang Chen said coldly, his eyes swept over like an eagle, and 7 or 8 security guards dared not move. That's right, money is valuable, but if you don't have a life, what's the use of having money? The security guards dared not move. Jiang Chen walked straight to Zhu Chang. On a small table, Zhu Chang's forehead was soaked with sweat. What do you want to do? Let me tell you, if you dare to hit me, I will let. Jiang Chen took out a black card, threw it in Zhu Xiao's face and said, hitting someone like you will dirty my hands. 500,000. Swipe it. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Zhu Xiao regained his composure when he saw that Jiang Chen did not hit him. The bar owner in the distance came over. Yes, the girl borrowed money from him. He was stunned when he saw the Guaki Bank black card thrown on the ground by Jiang Chen. Black card? Who are you? The bar owner was a man in his 30s, with a bulging belly, a bald head, and a big dragon tattooed on his body. He had been in Salipo for more than 10 years, and had never seen a black card. Not only him, but even the rich second generations who were watching the fun were stunned. A rich second generation who had just laughed at Jiang Chen looked at Jiang Chen's black card with admiration. Wow, a black card of Guaki Bank. You can't get one if your net assets are less than 2 billion. How can this guy have a black card? Is he a top rich second generation? We haven't heard of him in Shangjing. These rich second generations are rich, with tens of millions or even hundreds of millions of dollars at home, but black cards are simply a dream for them. Swipe the card. Jiang Chen said coldly, and the boss ran to swipe the card like a dog. After a beep at the front desk, the card was swiped successfully, and the transfer of 500,000 was successful. After the money was transferred, the tattooed boss handed the black card back respectfully. Jiang Chen took the card, and Zhu Chang was still surprised. He looked at Jiang Chen and questioned, how do you have a black card of our bank? Who gave it to you? After Zhu Chang finished speaking, Jiang Chen was also stunned. He only heard that Zhu Chang was a top rich second generation in Shangjing, but he never expected that the famous Guaki Bank was actually his family's industry. Don't worry about it. You took the initiative to bring this up today. You can pay for the medical expenses yourself. If you want to go to the police station, I'll be happy to accompany you. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Zhu Chang was furious. This guy had slapped him in the face today. How could he let him go today? You must have stolen the card. Wait. Zhu Chang made a phone call after he finished speaking. After the call was connected, Zhu Chang roared, Gan Yaowei, what's going on? Did you give Jiang Chen a black card? The person on the other end of the phone spoke very kindly. It was Gan Yaowei with a good voice. Yes, I have reported it to the board of directors. This has been approved by the shareholders. When he heard that the board of directors had approved it, Zhu Chang immediately wilted. It can be seen that Guaki Bank is not his family's asset. What's wrong with you? He is a pauper, don't you know? Zhu Chang's voice dropped, and Gan Yaowei said slowly, you don't need to explain to me whether he is a pauper or not. Also, let me tell you, he is very rich. His scenic spot has been confirmed by the Desert Management Bureau. The Desert Management Bureau has proved that there is no problem with the scenic spot. The board of directors attaches great importance to that piece of land. Before Gan Yaowei finished speaking, Zhu Chang questioned again, what's the use of a broken piece of land? Do you know how important a black card is? I still don't have one. After Zhu Chang finished speaking, Gan Yaowei laughed. How can you understand what the board of directors wants? To tell you the truth, the board of directors intends to enter the gaming industry, but it can't be done in China, so the shareholders have always wanted to get a piece of land abroad, and now he has taken the initiative to offer it. Also, as long as he can't pay back the loan in 3 months, that scenic spot will belong to the Guaki Bank Group. After Gan Yaowei finished speaking, Jiang Chen was stunned. He just thought Gan Yaowei wanted to earn his high interest, but he never expected that they actually had other intentions. What's more, what Jiang Chen couldn't accept was that they actually wanted to use the base he had worked so hard to build a casino and do evil things. He would never agree to this. By the river, Jiang Chen reached out and snatched Zhu Chang's mobile phone. He shouted at Gan Yaowei, don't even think about getting my land. Jiang Chen, haha, it's not up to me to decide whether you can get it or not. We are all doing things according to the contract. In 3 months, if you can't pay the loan, the land will be ours. If you can pay the loan, the scenic spot will still be yours. That's it. After Gan Yaowei finished speaking, Jiang Chen also said coldly into the phone, wait, I will pay back the loan in full. I advise you not to daydream. Jiang Chen hung up the phone after speaking. After hanging up the phone, Zhu Chang looked at Jiang Chen and laughed. I was wondering how you got a black card. It turns out you borrowed money from my family. You're a pauper. Let's see how you can pay it back. If you can't pay it back, then your broken scenic spot will be mine. Don't worry, I won't take a penny less from the bank's money. You think too much if you want to see me make a fool of myself. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, he turned around and left. Zhu Chang shouted behind him, okay, wait, 3 months. Let's see how you can be so arrogant. Zhu Chang didn't believe that Jiang Chen could repay the loan from Guaki Bank. You know, to get a black card, the minimum loan amount is 2 billion. For Jiang Chen, the interest of 2 billion is something he can't pay, even if he sells his kidney. Okay, wait. Jiang Chen also said. He walked to Li Yiyi. Li Yiyi looked at Jiang Chen anxiously and said, how much did you borrow? Not much, 2 billion. 2 billion? How can you pay it back in the desert? Li Yiyi was very anxious. She wanted to accompany Jiang Chen to return the money, but Jiang Chen was not willing. Don't worry about it. Since I borrowed it, I have a way to pay it back. Let's go. There's nothing to drink here. Jiang Chen was about to leave after he finished speaking, but a group of people blocked their way at the door of the bar. What? You want to leave after beating someone? Medical expenses. 100 million. A tall tattooed man blocked Jiang Chen's way. He was no more than 1.9 meters tall, and a tiger tattoo was exposed on his neck. He looked like a gangster. Chapter 48, Washi. Jiang Chen knew they would not let him go easily, but he asked for 100 million. Haha, since you won't let me live, let's die together. I don't have money, but I have my life. Come and try. Jiang Chen spoke coldly. Although he was only 19 years old, he had experienced life and death. He was an orphan. What was there for him to fear? After Jiang Chen finished speaking, the bar owner hurried over and persuaded him. Brother who, let them go. They have black cards and have privileges in our Shangjing. Even if they go to the police station, they will let them go. After all, they are black card users, and ordinary people really can't afford to offend them. Brother who is a pure gangster. How could he understand these? He turned around to look at Zhu Xiao, who was sitting on the table. He broke his leg and looked very funny. Let them go. Wait and see. Sooner or later, I will deal with them. After Zhu Xiao finished speaking, Brother who made way. Jiang Chen led Li Yiren and the girl next door to the door. At night, the Jianggai open bar had disappeared in a sea of neon lights. It was late at night, and Li Yiren had to go back. They said goodbye beside a green meadow, and looked up to see no starry sky. Jiang Chen, it would have been great if I had known you earlier. Yeah. Li Yiren's phone rang again, and Li Yiren sighed. Under the orange street lights, Li Yiren looked at Jiang Chen's handsome face, and Jiang Chen looked at Li Yiren's affectionate eyes, which was really touching. Don't be sad, let's go, do your best, and wait until your scenic spot is built. I will go to see it again. Don't forget, you promised to reserve a house for me in the best place in the scenic spot. Li Yiren smiled after she finished speaking. Her smile was very touching, especially her dimples like rice grains, which really looked like the elegant beauty Tong Liar. Definitely. Jiang Chen would definitely do what he promised to others. Li Yiren stretched out her hand to hail a taxi. As the taxi drove farther and farther away, she looked back at Jiang Chen standing on the roadside, remembering his fight with the sea of sand, remembering his risking his life to save his compatriots, remembering his fearlessness of the powerful dragon. Unconsciously, Li Yiren's eyes were moist. She had been thinking about what kind of person she would look for in the future. A wealthy person? Or a person with great power? It seemed that none of them were. She just wanted to find a brave person, a kind person, and a person who could stand up at any time. It was a pity that Jiang Chen had a terminal illness, and her father would definitely not be willing. After Li Yiren left, under the neon lights, Jiang Chen looked back at the girl who followed him. The girl was no more than 16 or 17 years old. Girls at this age are called the cardamom age, which is the most beautiful time in life. What's more, she was the type of pure girl next door. You can go now, leave Shangjing. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, the girl covered her swollen cheek and shook her head. She knew that leaving Shangjing would be useless. Zhu Xiao wanted to find her, and it would be useless for her to hide in a rat hole. Brother, if you pay me back, I'll go with you. Jiang Chen was also stunned. How could he do this? He just wanted to be a good person. I'm no worse than that, sister. The little girl met Jiang Chen's gaze as she spoke. Her eyes were big and her face looked so tender that it looked like it would burst with water if touched by hand. Indeed, who could be ugly if Zhu-Chan was thinking of her? Why do you owe them money? After Jiang Chen finished speaking, the little girl sighed. She looked at the busy Jingnan Road and remembered how she looked when she first came here from her hometown a year ago. My father died early and my mother brought me up by myself. A year ago, my mother got a strange disease and they said that only Shangjing could cure it, so I brought my mother to Shangjing. The money was quickly spent, but I needed a lot of money. At that time, I was really anxious and had no choice. I met the owner of the bar, Brother Bao, who lent me money. Brother Bao just asked me to go to his bar to sing. This is indeed the case. The girl's name is Zai Yi. Her father is an expedition member. 13 years ago, he went on an expedition to the Sahara desert with the team. More than 10 years have passed, and there has been no news. Later, her mother got seriously ill, so Zai Yi sold the house to bring her to Shangjing. The hospital spent money like water, and the money was soon gone. Zai Yi sat in the hall and cried. Brother Bao saw her. He saw that Zai Yi was beautiful, so he was tempted. So he lent money to Zai Yi and then asked her to sing in his bar and then looked for an opportunity to possess her. However, he did not expect that Zhu Xiao would take a fancy to Zai Yi the day after she arrived at the bar. Zhu Xiao was the largest shareholder of his bar, so he did not dare to refuse. However, the little girl refused to do it. Zhu Xiao had not succeeded for a month, so he found two black men to teach her a lesson and then looked for an opportunity to save her and take her first blood. However, he did not expect Jiang Chen to appear. After Zai Yi finished telling her life story, Jiang Chen also sighed. Their fates were so similar. Jiang Chen's family also died in the desert, and he was also being threatened by others. Since China can't stay, if you don't mind, come with me to the desert, but I have to say in advance that the desert is very desolate, and I'm afraid most people can't stay there. Jiang Chen thought that he was going to sell roses, so taking her there would not only save her, but also help him. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Zai Yi nodded. Now that she was alone, it didn't matter where she went. Moreover, she knew that Jiang Chen was a good man. He was not like other people who only wanted to possess her. With this heart, she felt relieved. Well, I will go to the desert with you, as long as you give me a meal. Jiang Chen repaid Zai Yi 500,000 yuan, and she wanted to work for Jiang Chen to repay it. At night, Jiang Chen returned to the airport and bought Zai Yi a ticket to Xin province. At 5 in the morning, the plane began to taxi on the runway. It was noon when it arrived in Xin province. Wuxi, the capital of Xin province, was the busiest time. The streets were full of vehicles. Of course, there were also those exotic ethnic customs that made Zai Yi dazzled. It takes a train or bus to get from Wuxi to the border town of Mojiang County. Both of these will consume a lot of time. Jiang Chen is going to buy an off-road vehicle. After all, his time is money. When it comes to off-road vehicles, we have to mention luxury cars such as Hummer or Mercedes-Benz G. There happened to be a Mercedes-Benz 4 Sun store next to the airport, so Jiang Chen walked in with Zai Yi. In the 4 Sun store, because it was lunchtime, there were very few people here, so few that Jiang Chen went into the store to look at several cars, but no one came to serve him. Jiang Chen walked to a Mercedes-Benz G73. It must be said that this car is very impressive. It looks like a big brick with a displacement of 4.0 and a leather sofa. This car would be extremely cool to drive in the desert. Boss, this car. Jiang Chen liked it very much and he was going to buy one. In the distance, there were several sales girls standing in front of the service desk. They were in their 20s and looked pretty good. In the middle of the day, seeing that there were no customers, they were trimming their nails together. He's calling you. Go and take a look. Why should I go? He didn't call me, so go. It's useless to go. You can tell at a glance that he's a poor loser who can't afford it. What a waste of time. Forget about being a loser, but he even brought a little girl to see the car. I'm not exaggerating. She must have come to ask some questions and then said that next time you buy a car, she will take her to a hotel at night. I've seen a lot of people like this. Jiang Chen and Ziyi heard the chattering of several salesmen. After they finished talking, Ziyi's face instantly turned red. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelos. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 49 Mercedes. 49 Mercedes-Benz. Several salesmen ignored Jiang Chen. Jiang Chen was very puzzled. Could it be that you are blind to my ordinary clothes? Also, if I don't buy a car, am I here to enjoy the cool air? Damn. Stop shouting. We are going to get off work. Let's go somewhere else to enjoy the cool air. An after sales girl said while putting on makeup. She wanted to meet a rich man here like her cousin and then become his mistress and then live a life of getting something for nothing. This car okay, don't talk about the car. You can't afford it, even if you talk about it. If you want to drink free water, go get it yourself. The girl put away her makeup box and looked left and right. She was indeed beautiful. It depends on whether a young and wealthy rich man can come this afternoon. Why don't we go to another store? After Ziyi finished speaking, Jiang Chen shook his head and said, let's buy it here. Call your manager out. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, the manager dozed off in the sales hall and came out. He pushed open the door of the manager's office and shouted at the door, what's going on? Why is it so noisy in the middle of the day? A group of salesmen saw the manager coming out and they hurriedly put away their makeup boxes and nail clippers. Ahem, manager, here comes someone who doesn't want to buy a car but still wants to drink free water. Who wants to drink free water without buying a car? The manager roared, and he saw Jiang Chen and Ziyi standing next to the Mercedes-Benz G73. It must be said that Jiang Chen looks good, and Ziyi is also in her youth, and her innocent face can't be concealed. But this is a Mercedes-Benz G73. This is not a place to sell toy cars. You two, go wherever you want to go. Disturbing my sleep, there is. Jiang Chen raised the black card in his hand, and the manager swallowed the words in an instant. The car is ready. Transfer the ownership and register it for me right away. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, a group of people dropped their jaws. This loser-like kid actually had a black card of Guaki Bank. You know, there are no more than 10 people in the whole city of Washi who can have a Guaki black card. Young master, please come in quickly. Are you guys blind? Hurry up and serve the tea. The manager came over with his head down and his back bent. Several sales ladies also came over as if they had seen gold. They all rushed to serve Jiang Chen. After all, this was a great opportunity to meet a super rich man. As long as they could successfully hook up with Jiang Chen, they would not have to worry about food and drink in this life. No, in these few lives. Moreover, even if they failed to hook up with Jiang Chen, the commission for selling this car alone would be tens of thousands of yuan. Tens of thousands of yuan, that was their salary for several months. A group of heavily made up salesmen came over to offer tea. Jiang Chen shook his head and said, it stinks. It stinks like low class snobs. It's too pungent. Let's go to another store to buy it. Jiang Chen was about to leave when the manager pointed at several salesmen and shouted, how do you guys serve customers? You are fired. Get out of here. Get out now. If these women offend a black card user, not only them, but even he will be fired. After the manager finished speaking, several salesmen heard that they were fired. They almost cried one by one. After all, not everyone can enter the Mercedes-Benz 4 Sun store. Many of them came in with their leaders. Manager, we won't do that again in the future. Please forgive us this time. Will it be useful for me to forgive you? You dare to offend any customer. If the chairman finds out, who among you can afford the consequences? The manager was still scolding them, as if everything was wrong with them, and had nothing to do with him. Jiang Chen looked at the manager and said, "Are you thirsty? Can I have some free water?" "Oh, no, if you don't buy a car, you can't drink your mother's free water. Forget it, let's go." Jiang Chen turned around and left. Seeing this, a young after-sales girl glanced at the card in Jiang Chen's hand and said to the manager coquettishly, "Manager, you see, he is teasing you on purpose. Even if you fire us, he can't afford a car. Look at him, he is wearing so shabby clothes. There is no such person in the family with black cards in Washi." The salesperson was none other than the Makube slut who ignored Jiang Chen. In her words, she could smell whether he had money or not. After the seductive saleswoman finished speaking, the manager thought that this guy was just humiliating them for a long time and had no intention of buying at all. What's more, this black card is only owned by their chairman. No matter how you look at it, this guy doesn't look like someone who can have a black card. Is it a fake card? Are you going to buy it or not? The manager spoke a little loudly. Seeing that the attitudes of the people were really bad, Jiang Chen shook his head and said, "With your attitude, it's better not to buy it." After Jiang Chen finished speaking, the manager was furious. He was teasing him in the middle of the day, wasn't he? You can't afford it, so why are you pretending to be a big shot? And you said my employees are coquettish, but I think your girlfriend is coquettish than a dead pig. After the manager finished speaking, Jiang Chen instantly became angry. "You're looking for death." Jiang Chen went up and punched the manager, who deserved a beating, to the ground. Several salesmen went to help the manager while shouting, "Security, security." The security guards of the 4 Sun store rushed in. They looked at Jiang Chen with batons, then looked at the manager. The manager pointed at Jiang Chen and shouted, "Hit him, hit him." "That's right, you have no money, but you're still pretending to be a big shot. Who else should I beat if not you? If you have money, I can make him kneel down and call you daddy, but if you don't have money, I won't let you go, even if you kneel down and call you daddy." The manager gave the order, and several security guards stretched out their hands to teach Jiang Chen a lesson. A fight broke out. One of the security guards hit him with a stick. Jiang Chen dodged, and the stick hit a Mercedes-Benz S-Series sedan worth $1,000,000. With a bang, the hood of the sedan was dented. The security guard was also stunned. With this stick, it would cost at least 100,000 yuan to repair it. Moreover, it was a new car. Even if it was repaired, it could not be sold. Fuck. The manager was stunned. You know, these cars are all displayed cars, pure imported. What's going on? An old man in a suit came to the door. He was wearing an old man's hat and his hair was a little grey. He was leaning on a cane in his hand, and a group of young people followed him. "Dang, chairman." The manager was stunned. That's right, the person who came was the chairman of Washi Shanghai Group. Shanghai Group has more than a dozen 4 Sun stores under its jurisdiction. Its founder is the old man in front of him, Zhao Shanghai. "Chairman, this poor guy not only didn't buy a car, but also smashed our car." The security guard pointed at Jiang Chen and started talking. The chairman was not tall, but he was very dignified. He walked towards Jiang Chen with a cane. Jiang Chen didn't want to waste time. After all, the 4 Sun store in front of him was nothing compared to his scenic spot. Buy a car, that Mercedes-Benz G73, swipe the card, and fire these people. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, he handed over his black card. Zhao Shanghai was stunned when he looked at the black card. That's right, he would never believe that the young man in front of him could have a black card that only people of his status had. Chapter 50, 10 trucks like this. In the exhibition hall, the manager saw Jiang Chen took out the black card again, and he shouted to the chairman, "Chairman, his card is a fake card. He just came to our store to show off. I meet this kind of people every day." Zhao Shanghai took Jiang Chen's black card and handed it to the secretary behind him. The secretary took out the POS machine and swiped 2.4 million with a beep. After the card was swiped, the manager was stunned. How is it possible? Not only him, but also several salesmen were stunned. That's right, I didn't expect that the handsome boy in front of them was actually a billionaire, and he was so handsome. Why didn't they have such a good life as Ziyi? All of you are fired, Mr. Jiang, right? I apologize for their disrespect just now. Zhao Shenghai naturally knew that those who had black cards were not ordinary people, so he bowed to Jiang Chen. Jiang Chen didn't say anything. He walked to the side of the Mercedes-Benz G63 and stroked its exquisite paint. Every inch of it was made so beautifully. I'm sorry. Pick up the car within an hour. Chairman, that's impossible. This car must be booked in advance. Okay, pick up the car within an hour. Xiao Fang, you drive this car to register it. Give my license plate to Jiang Xiaodi as compensation. After Zhao Shenghai finished speaking, Xiao Fang, the vice president of the group behind him, hurriedly said, Chairman, this car is. Do as I say. Zhao Shenghai's voice was low, but very majestic. Vice President Fang nodded, took the car keys and went out. Zhao Shenghai looked at Jiang Chen with a smile and said, little brother, I'm the host today, watching International Hotel. Please do me a favor. Seeing that Zhao Shenghai was actually calling him a brother, several security guards who were about to beat Jiang Chen were so scared that their sticks fell to the ground. No, I have something to do. I'm busy. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, he walked straight to the rest area in the lobby, and Zhao Shenghai hurriedly followed him. Little brother, you just go about your business. You don't have to accompany me. Let me be quiet for a while. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Zhao Shenghai smiled awkwardly. He reached into his pocket and took out a business card and handed it to Jiang Chen, saying, take this business card. From now on, in New Province, no matter which city you go to, no matter what car you buy, just mention my name and you will get an 20% discount. After Zhao Shenghai finished speaking, Jiang Chen thought about it and realized that he would really need a car in the future. Apart from anything else, he would need a big truck to transport the roses, so he couldn't pretend to be so arrogant. Do you have a truck? Haha, you're joking, little brother. We really need it. Yes. Zioliu, come and talk to me. After Zhao Shenghai finished speaking, a man in his 40s in a suit and tie came over behind him. He first handed Jiang Chen a business card and then asked, Boss Jiang, what kind of truck do you need? A truck that can transport roses. By the way, it's best to have a constant temperature, so that the roses don't spoil easily. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Mr. Fang nodded and said, we have such a truck. Oh no, it's not called a truck, it's called an insulated truck, but it's more expensive. How many do you want? Jiang Chen thought about it. Now is the time when roses are in full bloom. A rose tree can pick at least 50 roses, and he has more than 10,000 rose plants, which means at least 500,000 roses. If these roses want to be transported quickly, at least a dozen trucks are needed. Thinking of this, Jiang Chen looked at Mr. Fang and said, at least 10 are needed. After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Mr. Fang nodded and said, I can handle 10 cars. The current market price is 720,000 yuan per car, so 10 cars will be 7.2 million yuan. However, according to the chairman's discount, I will give you a 20% discount, which is 5.76 million yuan. When can you pick up the car? 5.76 million yuan for 10 cars is indeed very cheap. Jiang Chen was very happy. This saved more than 1 million yuan. You can ship it to Mojiang County for me. By the way, does your group have express delivery service? After Jiang Chen finished speaking, Mr. Fang smiled awkwardly and said, if our Shenghai group does everything, how can we let people live? However, if you need it, I can contact you. I happen to know the president of Jinri Express, so I can talk to him. Thank you. By the way, there is also a packaging and processing plant. Do you know any? Jiang Chen was ready to get everything done in Washi. After all, Mojiang County was a small county, and it was simply a dream to want to package and process roses there. Seeing that Jiang Chen needed a lot, Zhao Shenghai smiled and said, Brother Jiang, I told you that we businessmen need to take care of each other. I'll set up a meeting tonight. Please list the people I need. How about we sit together tonight? What is the most important thing in doing business? That's right, connections. Everyone's business comes from mutual introductions. The reason why Zhao Shenghai can become the overlord of Washi is naturally because of his own connections. Jiang Chen nodded. He had helped Zhao Shenghai make a lot of money today, and he would need more cars in the scenic area in the future. Naturally, he would let Zhao Shenghai make back all the money he gave him for the discount. Zhao Shenghai agreed with Jiang Chen on the time, so he was ready to leave and inspect other businesses of the group. As soon as Zhao Shenghai arrived at the door, he saw a dented Mercedes-Benz S-Class sedan. You know, this purely imported sedan costs more than 2 million. Whose business is this? Zhao Shenghai's face darkened instantly. The manager said with sweat on his forehead. Yes, it was Jiang. Oh no, it was the security guard who smashed it. The security guard was also stunned. He couldn't afford to pay for the car alone. Since he had offended the big boss, he would definitely not be able to continue working. So why should he take the blame? It's not my business. The manager asked me to smash it. After the security guard finished speaking, the chairman pointed at the manager and yelled, "You beat and insulted customers. Do you know how important a customer Shenghai almost lost? You smashed my car again. You have to pay for it yourself. Also, you are fired, and you must pay the penalty immediately. Otherwise, I will see you at the police station." After the chairman finished speaking, the manager knelt on the ground with a plop. How could he pay for the new car? But that was more than 1 million. Moreover, there was his penalty, and he had just taken out a loan to buy a house. With so much money, wouldn't it cost him his life? The chairman left angrily. The mad manager got up and chased after several salesmen and beat them. The macoup of several female salesmen was ruined by the manager's beating. "It's all your fault, you bitches. You ruined me. I'm going to beat you to death. You're blind. What does it have to do with us?" The quarrels and scolding in the hall became louder and louder. Jiang Chen stood up and followed Mr. Fang to the door. He was going to look at his truck. At night, the neon lights of Urumqi were on, and the streets were crowded. Jiang Chen appeared at the Urumqi International Hotel on time. People coming and going in front of the hotel were all dressed in rich clothes, and Jiang Chen looked very different. Jiang Chen was busy for the whole afternoon. He first looked at trucks in Urumqi. After picking 10 trucks, Jiang Chen looked at buses and coaches, so time was wasted. End of this chapter. Thank you very much for reaching the end. Don't forget to like. Looking for more exclusive content and immediate access? Subscribe to our Patreon. Remember, every like, subscription, or donation encourages us to continue. Thanks to everyone. See you in the next video.